simple. Or unless you, what did you tell him to do? Perfect. Oh, perfect. That's fine. I wanted him to stand behind the marker. Perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. Zipper gummy. You got all your fingers. You know what zipper gummy means? What? Zipper gummy. You know what zipper pie means? Yeah, I know, but I heard it. Zipper gummy means I take a picture of that. I know that happened one year. I had to go up there. Yeah, I don't know why we're out here right now at all. I told them. That was right there. But they were here on time.
Hello, Irish football fans. Welcome to the third installment of the 2021 fall-spring football season for Peoria Notre Dame. We're here at Peoria Stadium on this Wednesday, the last day of March, and it is senior night. Don't know if you can hear it through our microphones here, but they're announcing the senior football players right now, and they'll do the band, the dance team, and the cheerleaders after that. And then the game will kick off here at about 7 o'clock. Big day for seniors, senior night, Mike.
It really is, and as we're looking out now, they've introduced Caden Araujo, Luke Carroll, Braden Cassidy, Matthew Donlin just came out. It's a big night for all the seniors, not just football players, but we're talking band, and I'm sure the cheerleaders and dance and all that will get recognized as well.
Big night for the parents, too. Parents sacrifice quite a bit.
They do, and there's the Finches, John Finch getting introduced.
John's looking around where the football is. He's not used to be on a football field without tackling somebody who has it or carrying it himself.
Jack Hafner. And, you know, what's great is you look at, you know, these kids, you know, everybody's got some plan, you know, going to college, what they're going to be doing next. Jaron Holcomb being introduced right now. Calvin Jokish. Joey Jokish.
They're going to run on Jokishes.
Yeah, there's never a shortage of Jokishes at Notre Dame.
It's a good thing for the athletic programs usually. Have a lot of Jokishes around, female and male students.
Says here Joey's going to go to Carl Sandburg and play some baseball. That's good to hear.
Good for him. We'll still be hearing about him. There's Ian Lemons.
Ian Lemons, but Ian's not in uniform tonight.
Yeah, Ian took a knock during the last game. They're holding him out for precaution tonight. Brandon Madeline.
Brandon's going to go to school in Pasadena, California and study kinesiology.
Yeah.
Whether he studies or not, Pasadena's a pretty good place to go.
Wonder if he needs a chaperone. More than willing by the end of tonight.
Eddie Saunders.
He's going to attend Illinois Wesleyan and run track for the Titans just down the road in Bloomington.
Good for Eddie. Ben Seaton going to be going to St. Ambrose and playing football, continues football career.
They're getting a good one in the classroom and on the field. That's about as good as they get.
Mason Tribley.
Mason's
joined the National Guard. Good for Mason.
It's very good for Mason. And then Danny Wharton. Going to study pharmacy. There is medicine in his family. Danny's mom is a veterinarian.
I didn't know that.
I think she is.
I was going to say something stupid like I didn't know she was in the military, but I won't. I won't go there.
Yeah, just keep that to yourself.
Now we have members of the band, and I believe we start with our twirler, Clara Berg.
There have been Bergs twirling batons at Notre Dame for about the last half a decade.
I'll tell you.
6-7 years. They put in a lot of work. You know, we said it sort of jokingly once or twice on these broadcasts, but I say it all serious now. There's no teacher at Notre Dame who ever said, you know what I need? Less band members in my class.
That's right.
Less fine arts kids in my class. They are absolutely finest examples of the kind of kids that come into Notre Dame, families that come into Notre Dame, and the kids that we turn out on the other end.
And I my background is athletics, obviously, and I can't carry a tune. I can't, and that which makes me appreciate these kids so much more.
Absolutely.
Those that are musically, the people that perform on the stage, the visual arts, all these things. I'm just so impressed by the talent that you see every year.
I can't. Not only can I carry a tune, I cannot even drag one.
No.
Absolutely not.
Well, so we go down and look at some of our seniors. We talked about Clara, Maddie Cave, minor in music. That's kind of nice to see.
Yeah.
Patrick Corey.
Political science. That's
Josh De La Reyes.
to my own
Reyes.
heart. Ethan Fody.
No, goodness.
Marksman.
Just going to neuroscience pre-med track. That's pretty impressive.
No.
Emma Gears, chemistry pre-med. You're right about those kids.
Yep. Luke Heverer, chemical engineering.
Yep.
I'm starting to feel worse and worse about my life choices as I read these band things.
Coleman Kennedy. Coleman just, whatever he does, he's going to keep performing because Coleman belongs on stage, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Max Lambert, the Coast Guard. Good for Max.
Good for Max.
Emma McCracken.
Studying nursing.
Nursing, and I'll tell you what, as somebody who has been on the wrong side of medical care, the nurses are the best. Peter Olson, computer science.
Caleb Piper coming out. Studying psychology.
Oh, she can come back and visit some of us faculty members,
That's
at least
right.
us in the social studies department. That'd keep her busy.
Instead of guessing what's wrong with us, she can tell us for sure where
You don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us particular warps things we have going on.
Sophia Season, another one, pre-med.
Neuroscience. Pre-med, yeah. Travis Sprout. Study botany.
Travis spends his summers in spring. I know he works with Greg Metz, retired officer, who does lawns all summer long, and Travis has worked with him for a long time, and I think he's probably discovered a love for that. That's good for him.
Good for him. Very good for him. Chris Tiero, he studied musical education. Excellent. Mason Varwig, aviation flight technology.
I've got Mason in my personal finance class, and we wrote about dream jobs and finance and all that kind of stuff. And his was he's going to be a pilot, and he's very enthusiastic about it. And I don't know how well you know Mason, but Mason will be
well.
He will be great at it.
He absolutely will be.
He is just a great young man.
I would feel great if I was in the cabin and his voice came over and said, "This is Captain Varwig, and I'll be your pilot today." I'd be very happy. And then Lali Vasquez, one of my favorite students of all time when I had her as a freshman and a sophomore. We studied elementary education, and I could not be less surprised that she's going to go into something working with kids in education. She has the temperament necessary.
And that is not an easy job, as we both know.
No. Absolutely not.
I think we're going to go to our dance team. So we have
Elizabeth Young and Emily Young.
And I believe Peyton Dickinson
twins.
came out first.
Peyton snuck by us there.
Peyton's going to study business analytics. I'm not sure business analytics was even a degree when we were in school.
No, whatever it actually is, she'll be the best at it.
And the same script could be written for the Young twins.
As I said, they're the two most identical twins I've ever met in my life, and then they're both going to SLU to study accounting.
Yep.
They are two terrific young women.
And then our cheerleaders. Parents. Oh, yeah, wonderful, wonderful family. Cheerleaders, Molly Carey, nursing, another nurse. Capture my heart.
Absolutely. Lauren Folletti.
Another one, nursing.
Another nurse. Speaking
Whatever
of
she does, hope she keeps singing.
We will probably hear her singing the national anthem tonight, I imagine.
I think so. She told me she thought that was on. Olivia Ludoff.
Study either psychology or neuroscience.
Of course, she's going Boston.
Boston
U.
University.
My daughter would be jealous. She would love to be in Boston.
That is where my oldest daughter lives. Sierra Schmidt. Playing ICC and study biology. Probably going to end up being
And
in
then
the medical
Grace
field
Vahey,
too.
International Studies with pre-law.
Also down at SLU.
What a wonderful group of
It
seniors.
does. This takes me back. I had a lot of those kids in class 4 and 3 years ago. It does my heart well to see them turn and go from beautiful children to beautiful young adults.
And the 4 years just flies by.
Tell me about it.
And I've only been, this is only my 5th year at Notre Dame, but I had a year at St. Phil's prior to that. So some of these kids, I've known them since they were, 7th grade.
Yeah, you've been.
And to see them go from little squirrely 7th graders to mature, like you say, young men and women as high school seniors is pretty impressive.
Something I never get tired of, walking around in the community and seeing former Notre Dame students around and just marveling at the way they handle themselves, what they're doing. Sometimes when I ask them if they want fries with that, they tell me right away that, Mr. Kenny, I'll take two orders. I'm just so happy to have been a part of their lives.
Well, and they say please when they're asking for those for those fries.
When I give them the wrong change, they're very polite about correcting me, telling me that no, just because a nickel's bigger than dime doesn't mean it's worth more, Mr. Kenny.
All right, well, I think we ought to take a break here and come back to get this show started. Looks like we got about 30 minutes. Come back and
we'll have the camera still rolling, so you can watch the warm-ups here. All right, if you'll, hope we have the wide-angle lens on. There are some big linemen, I hope, down there. I hope they're not the tailbacks for Southeast.
Yeah, they've got some big kids. I saw a couple of them back when, just early on, back before they went in the locker room, getting ready to come out. And I thought, man, I wouldn't want to be hit by one of those guys. But I think we'll be okay.
I think we're going to be okay too. We definitely have positive things to build on from that game. I was going to say last week, really only about 5 days ago.
Yeah.
And we'll be back in probably about 15 minutes or so, maybe sometime around there, and start really enjoying this football weather. We were afraid we weren't going to have some in the spring.
Feels like it's early November.
Yeah, silly us.
Of course, in 2 days it's going to be 70 degrees, but here we are out here tonight.
All right. Welcome to Central Illinois in the spring.
That's right.
All right, we'll be back here in 10, 12, 15 minutes. Keep the video going, and we'll torch you with our audio here in a little bit. Bye-bye.
Nickel and dime. They just stab a little bit.
Right.
Oh my God.
You still have to learn that the nickel is less than the dime.
Come on. Yeah, I know. I've never understood it. Kids don't even know what dimes and nickels are, so. Yeah.
worse, that or soccer?
Soccer, I think.
Really?
It's like, there's not a ton like going on. Like, you get a shot every once in a while, so you'll shoot
True.
like -5, and that's it. But
Yeah. Oh yeah, and basketball is probably, is that the hardest?
that's what's probably the hardest, but it's so fun. Never fun. Volleyball's the most fun.
Yeah.
I like volleyball.
Yeah.
Volleyball's just fun to watch. You know, just like watch how far those girls are. They're so
They're great. I don't know how they do it.
news broadcasting. Yeah, but I never actually went into it. I realized but I did all this stuff at school, so we had like a whole student-run news program. I was a producer and stuff like that, stuff like that. Yeah. SIU program. Like I liked it, but I hated it at the same time. Like the news. Like bad hours, bad pay, deadlines, stress. I just. But then, yeah, they literally, because the news starts at 10, yeah. And I watch it. I still love the news. I still love the news, yeah. I like local news way better. Mainstream media is freaking crazy. But I love the local news. So, yeah, that happened. And then my senior year, I was like, nope, you can't do that. So I remember calling home, like, Mom, Dad, I don't want to do this. I'm going to drop everything. Just go switch your major. I was like, I think I want to be a teacher. And they're like, go do it. Yeah. They're like, go do it. I'm like, no. I'm just going to finish this out. And then I kind of forgot about teaching for like a year and a half. And then I'm like, nope. So then I went back to ISU and moved back home. Graduated from SIU, moved back home. Commuted to ISU for about 2 years. And then got my degree in teaching. And communications too. So I have 2 communications degrees that don't equal a master's. As much as you think 2 bachelors don't equal a master's. They advised me not to get a master's without experience because then they have to treat me more if I were to get hired with a master's with no experience, then I would almost wait down the hill. So they just like there's another bachelor's, so I didn't. Yeah, and so I've been at Notre Dame. Randy hired me in 2016.
Oh, no way.
Spring.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Right. Okay, so you went in like
Right when you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, so I just missed you probably.
Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, I've been there. I think so. My mom's the principal over at St. Vincent.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And Randy and my mom were talking one day. He's like, yeah, I just lost my speech teacher. And my mom's like, Julie.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Hello.
And he's like, oh, does she have speech? And my mom's like, yeah, she just got her communications degree. That's what she wants to do. So he called me, and then he's like, I still remember, why don't you come on by at like 7:15? And I'm like, okay. I did not know what come on by meant. So I brought my resume, dressed up, and I was actually subbing over at Washington High School at the time, so I was already ready to go. But I didn't know if it was an interview or what, but it ended up being an interview. Yeah.
You're like aired on the side.
Yeah. So then, and then he called me like 2 days later. So, this is my 5th year. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, the kids the other day, I love messing with them. They're like, do you like teaching? And I'm like, no. They're like, you don't? I'm like, I love it. And they're like, ah. I just love being cheesy with them. It's so funny. They make my job easy. I never, except for my first hour this semester.
Really? Yeah. I'm sure there's always one. There can always be.
Oh, there's always one. Yeah. And there's always your favorites. Yeah, I want it. But yeah, I love it. It's awesome. I mean,
stay around Notre Dame for the long run, or you think? Or?
I don't know. I was just talking to Katie Madison about that.
Yeah, it's crazy. She's leaving. So.
I know she's really leaving. Yeah.
That's where I'm kind of stressing a lot now since summertime comes around. They're not going to need me. Oh, they already don't really need me. But I'm on the outside. like,
Yeah. What do you think you want to do?
no, I have no idea. I'm not just looking at training like driving myself later.
What did you want to do going into Springfield?
I wanted to teach. Just something like that. Yeah, it was kind of like, I was sports council my second semester junior year, and then I think it was around like when Randy died, and I was like, I need to do more volunteering and really want to be teaching. I sat down with my dad and talked about it whenever, like, went out to dinner or whatever, my mom's gone. So my mom freaks out about stuff like that, so.
As moms do.
Right. So we talked about it, and I kind of told him, like, I think when you're going to do something that's kind of worthwhile, whatever. But, yeah, unfortunately, that means more school, and that means more money
I know.
to go into debt.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, it's tough.
I'm currently living with my parents, so I can afford to move out.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I'm trying to save enough, like, it doesn't matter. I kind of talked to my dad too, like, well, right now it doesn't really matter how much you save. Just save like all that money. I really don't spend that shit. It's like, it doesn't really matter how much you save until you have an income that's right and your expenses. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
It's going to matter.
Yeah. It is, but we'll figure it out. And something will come up that you least expect, which is what happened to me. I wasn't planning on being a teacher my whole life.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, it's just something that's, that I finally, I was like, hey, are you getting this on camera? In the back of my head, you know?
Right.
And maybe you'll think about it again one day.
Yeah, I say my perspective, I'll probably have a whole different perspective a year from now. I did a year ago, so I'm like, I'm not going to look at everything or whatever. It's still there. I'm not going back to my high school.
Never,
I know it's great. Like, it's like the first job I ever had. I don't like wake up in the morning. Like, I really kind of hate my life a lot.
Yes,
like, that makes a big difference. So.
Well, and that's what people always say, like, how can you, I get so low of a paycheck? I'm like, I love what I do, but it's worth it.
Like, I don't
stress. I mean, I stress, but in a good way. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it's not like stress hate or stress, I feel like I'm gonna die, or, you know, or I'm burnt out. I'm not burnt out yet.
Yeah.
I did that for 5 years.
Fast food, retail.
I did that while I was going back to ISU.
Yeah.
I worked at Best Buy.
Sucks.
Yeah. Customer service is kind of irritating.
You think so?
Oh my gosh. The most awful people were so fun to work with. Like, the complaints I got at customer service from customers was so entertaining. I still talk about stories from this.
I don't think I could do it. Like, I was just like, I was like customer service, you know, like in retail, like serving the customer.
Where were you at?
Started at Culver's and Hy-Vee, and then and then after that, people so I was a bag boy out there, which made actually pretty good money, tip-wise. You make minimum wage and then
you got that half.
Absolutely. Welcome back to the live stream of Peoria Notre Dame football, our third game of the year, featuring the Irish versus Springfield Southeast, our visitors from the state capital. We're set to go here in about 5.5 minutes or so to kick off. Try to get as close to 7 p.m., the advertised time as we have. These live streams are been great. We've getting a lot of great feedback, and they're not cheap though. So PND is looking for sponsorships in order to offer the live stream free to the public. Businesses that sponsor will be recognized throughout the live stream broadcast and can even run video or audio advertisements throughout the games. Please contact Notre Dame Athletic Director Dave Rudolph for more information. Due to spectator limitations, PND is live streaming all of our home games. We want to offer this service free to our fans. In a normal year, we collect ticket sales, booster memberships, and concessions as sources of revenue. In 2020, 2021, we are limited on our number of spectators and are asking donations to help cover the cost of athletic events. Please consider giving today. The link for donating is on the athletics website. Mike, you want to talk a little bit about our preeminent football sponsor here this year?
Yeah, our major sponsor is LaFontaine Law, and it certainly is appreciated that they do this. When you've been injured, navigating the legal system can be difficult. LaFontaine Law's team is dedicated to providing a superior experience with people you can trust. They take the time and fight for what you deserve. If LaFontaine Law doesn't win your case, you don't owe anything. When you need effective legal representation, contact LaFontaine Law. Local, respected, and famous for getting clients their fair share. Call LaFontaine Law at 999-1111 or visit LaFontaineLaw.com for your free consultation.
Thanks again to LaFontaine Law. Here come the Irish. Senior night bursting through maybe the last home game banner they're ever going to burst through. Don't quite know how the next proposed games 4, 5, and 6 are going to go. We've had some COVID cancellations and other normal craziness carrying over from 2020 to 2021. We have this game tonight here, Mike. The Irish are 1-1, coming off a really complete game victory over the Richwoods Knights last Saturday afternoon, and the one loss was a very exciting game against Peoria High. 63-49 loss for the Irish, but the game was tied 42-42 after 3 quarters. And we have a 0-2 opponent here in Southeast. What do we know about them?
Yeah, you go back and you first of all, talking about Notre Dame, you think about our offense, 49 points followed by 42 points. That's awfully good offensive production, and our defense, I thought, really did a nice job last Saturday against Richwoods. Southeast, we don't know a lot. When I went into our football game Saturday at Richwoods, I thought, it's too bad we're not going to be able to play Wednesday night because I knew we were supposed to play Manual, and I thought we're just not going to get this game in. And somebody said, we're playing Southeast. So I tried to dig up a little bit on Southeast, and I could, I saw, they played 2 pretty good opponents, a very athletic Decatur MacArthur team who beat them, and then an always good U-High team from Normal. So,
okay.
They're coming in 0-2, but it could be a pretty good 0-2, just like I think we have a very good 1-1 record.
Absolutely.
When you look at how we've played and who we've played. So, you just got to see. That's where you play the games, and when you get the short turnaround, Southeast played on Friday, so they had Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off. We played on Saturday, so, we didn't get quite as much rest. So, how does that play out? We'll see. And we are down. We're minus a couple players.
Yeah.
Aiden Arajo is not here tonight, and we have Ian Lemons, who got banged up and taken out of the game Saturday against Richwoods. And I think Coach is just being very, very cautious with Ian. And we get beyond this game, and we got some time off with Easter break, and then hopefully Ian will be healthy and ready to go. So if we can have a little Big 12 conference tournament, maybe we can make a little run there and see what happens.
Absolutely. Looks like the Irish have going to have the ball to start off this contest. Clock is set at 12 minutes here for the first quarter.
And we should mention that's Mr. Joe Mulcahy making his debut on the clock this year. So
nice. And Joe's new to the team. We have our veteran members, Brian Simmons, providing all the technical support. He's really the director. And Julie Santon providing you the pictures, the moving pictures.
And it should be noted that Julie was not only on time tonight, she was early.
She was here before I was.
And we certainly appreciate
Never
that.
been more embarrassed in my life. Kickoff here, fielded by one of the up men for the Irish. Number 1, he takes it around the
Nice return.
right side, gets it out to the 40-yard line. A very nice return.
Mark Anyuru, who, by the way, I didn't know until this year. I never had him in class or anything. I had him in class earlier this year, and what an outstanding young man, and
Always
smart
good
as
to
can
hear.
be.
Always good to hear. Irish are going to get the ball for this LaFonte Law first down at the 41-yard line. Their own 41-yard line here, 9 yards short of midfield. Ball is on the right hash mark. We have our standard lineup out there except for Ian Lemons.
Maybe
Again,
we're going to
is
see a
not
little
there.
more of Charlie Dawson tonight.
Yep.
Even though Charlie gets a lot of reps anyway.
Charlie is on the left wing back. We have Mushinski, Joey Mushinski on the right wing back, and the big man in the middle, fullback John Finch directly behind. We go to Charlie
to
calling
begin
his
with.
name right away. Peels off from the left side, takes it around the right side, gets it out to the 45-yard line. And we'll leave the Irish with a 2nd and 6. A good 4-yard gain out there.
Looked like number 55, Bryce Mason, on the stop. And you look at Southeast got some size up front.
They do.
They've got some bodies that are pretty good size, and we're going to have to contend with that. And that's where you can't get bigger than them now, but you hope your technique is going to be a little bit better, a little quicker off the ball, execute the right way, and you can negate that size.
We have a handoff straight up the middle to John Finch. The big fullback
There
cuts
goes
it out
Finch.
left, and he might. He's going to have to use a stiff arm. He gets down to about the 6-yard line. About down to the 11-yard line.
Got
Huge
chased down by
gain.
number 11, Janny Hullum, but not before Finch picks up
25.
big chunk.
He picked up. What are we going to give him there? 40. We're going to give him about 45 yards on that. He went up the middle, shook off some contact right up the middle, busted it out to the left, and there was a lot of green, almost green space, brown green space in front of him. He used a nice stiff arm, got the ball down to 11. We have LaFonte Law first down, 1st and 10 from the 11. Mushinski picks it,
On
his
his
first
patented-
carry. Gets it down inside the 5. Looks like it's probably going to be about the 2-yard line. Just a little bit short of a first down. Going to be 2nd and a long one. We'll call it 2nd and 2 from the 3-yard line. Well, the Irish have handed the ball off to their 3 starting backs already. Mushinski with a nice carry. Charlie Dawson with a nice carry, and the big carry from the fullback, John Finch, up the middle.
And once again, our line is just doing an outstanding job to start this game, which they've done all year. Another hole. He's not touched until he gets into the end zone.
I believe that was John Finch again, straight up the middle, off tackle, following the big blocks of Ben Seaton and Angelo Hightower, Danny Wharton, the rest of the line. You have Marshall Gwillem at one of the tight end positions, Marty Prentice, the other tight end position. As we say, our tight ends are really extensions of our offensive line. They can catch the ball, they got good hands, but they're mainly out there to block. Matt Donlin in to put the exclamation point on a really
nice
quick
play by Joey, but couldn't save it.
Nope.
Just a tough snap.
A little bit of a bad snap there. Ruined the timing of that. But the Irish put up a very quick 6 points. Took less than 2 minutes. When are we talking there? That was 4 runs. 4 runs to go 60 yards. Go 59 yards. And the Irish have a 6-0 lead on the visitors from Southeast, Springfield Southeast. 10-13 to go in the first quarter.
And on Southeast part, it's hard enough for teams to prepare for our offense because you just don't see this. You don't see this wing T offense very often. As a matter of fact, I would venture to say probably the only time anybody in our league sees is when they play us.
Yeah.
I'm not sure anybody else runs this, and it's hard enough if you got enough time to prepare that you feel somewhat prep for it. But when you find out last minute you're playing somebody, then you've had a game on a Friday and you're playing them on the next Wednesday, it's really difficult to prepare for this, and we execute it so well.
Yeah. It's always tough to play on the road anyway. Like everybody else, Southeast went 500 and some days without playing anywhere, but also not playing on the road. You get out of your rhythm. The muscle memory is just not there. On the Irish side, I got to believe that was on the chalkboard as the first thing Coach Armstrong wanted to emphasize. We got to come out and have a great offensive first drive, get points, on our first possession.
That's
and
right.
Boy, did the lads come through there.
Yeah, let's execute, and now let's see what happens on this first defensive stand.
All right, Matt down in for the kickoff. The Irish have the ball on the left hash mark. Irish mostly have been trying to kick the ball towards the sidelines to sort of take half the field away in the first 2 games. We'll see what they do here. Matt kicks a little bit of a pooch.
That could sometimes cause a little bit of problems. Well, they did come up with it.
Southeast did come up on it. The first Southeast guy, a little too much momentum and got his hands on it, but rolled off of it. But the second guy in.
Yeah, that was number 10, Jared Harris, who made really a nice play just to fall on the ball. Didn't try to pick it up, didn't try to do anything too special, just fall on it knowing that it's a live ball.
And I'll give them Southeast the ball on their own 29-yard line for their first down.
I'm guessing we might know a little something about their returners. We didn't want to kick it deep. Maybe they've got a couple guys that could break it.
Very well could be.
They're coming out of the shotgun, which you see most teams do anymore, but
get a low snap,
not so much else.
But he keeps it, and he does not get much past the line of scrimmage. We'll maybe give him like 2 yards. Give him the ball at about the 31-yard line. Leave a 2nd and 8. The Irish blew that one up pretty quick. The low snap.
Jared Harris, the quarterback, and Evan Elward made a nice stop on that. But that was a nice read by us to know that something had gone a little bit out of whack for them on the snap. So we filled that gap perfectly.
Harris keeps it again, fakes the handoff. He goes straight up the middle. He's got the first
like
down and more. The Irish are going to, Charlie Dawson is going to get him down. Sorry, it's not Charlie Dawson. It's another single number 5.
Number 5, that's Will Tangle.
Will Tangle takes him down right at 50-yard line. That'll be a first down for Springfield Southeast. Get them their first down of the game that they've earned. That was nice. He hit that hole hard. Didn't try to do anything special. Took it straight up the middle. Went where the run is.
I would say Harris could be a little. We got to keep.
Oh, there's a fumble. The ball's out. The Irish pick it up. Number 52 picks it up and he scrambles. Picks up about 10 more yards.
That was Kel Flores on that play. He's deserved it. He's played really well this year. It's always nice for those guys that make a lot of tackles to finally get to hold the ball.
His eyes were big. He was headed for the goal line. Unfortunately, members of the Southeast team were headed that way too, and they were a little bit faster than him. But he showed really good hands. He picked that ball up on the move, on the run. Harris, the Southeast quarterback, don't know who got him with the hit, but it looks like somebody maybe put their helmet or put their hands on the ball. And he was still standing up when the ball popped out.
Yeah, we did a nice job of at least, keying on him. We've got somebody that's going to be keyed on him the whole night.
Yeah, it looks like nobody else touched the ball in that entire offensive possession. Joey Jokic under center. He hands it to Mushinski, breaks it off in the middle.
Nice strong run.
Yeah, very nice strong run. A nice strong hand tackle there. Somebody got a hold of his jersey there, wouldn't let him go.
Yeah, somebody underneath got him, and then I believe number 55, I think Bryce Mason finished the job, but he got not before Joey picked up that first down.
Yeah, he got the LaFonte Law first down that the Irish are looking for, so now it's 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Southeast 26-yard line. The Irish are once again driving towards a touchdown. Hand the ball off to John Finch in the middle. He reaches the ball forward like Walter Payton used to do. Like they used to do with Walter Payton, they are putting it back the yard where it actually belongs.
Yes. But you got to try.
That's right. It's just a suggestion.
They're never going to move it forward for you, but they can move it back.
Just a suggestion. That'll leave about a 2nd and long 6. The Irish have the ball on about the 20. It's a little tough for us to see down there. About the 23-yard line.
Mushinski again with a nice hold, but tripped up very nice. I'm not sure if that was Chris Yates that made that initial stop.
The Irish will have picked up about 3 yards on that play, leaving with a 3rd and 3. They got to get down to the 17-yard line. They're on about the 20, somewhere between the 19 and the 20-yard line right now. The Irish have set Charlie Dawson a little bit back from the line of scrimmage like he normally does, and they hand it to John Finch up the middle, and John will get that first down. The Irish will have a 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. And another LaFonte Law first down for the Irish on the ground. The Irish aren't really breaking big holes here, but they are winning the battle at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, just enough daylight that we're picking up good yardage on every carry.
Again, 1st and 10 from the, I'm going to call it the 14-yard line. Play gets off, but they blow the whistle. Stop the play. Flag came in from the far sideline. Side judge is going to see. And a false start in the Irish. I believe that is the first time this year that the first penalty of the game has been committed by the Irish. They've done a very good job on that this year.
Yeah, that's a rarity. We haven't been penalized much at all this year, and especially I don't think we've had a illegal procedure or any kind of call like that this year so far. So very good execution, very good discipline in our
Puts
part.
the Irish behind the sticks for the first time, behind the chains for the first time. They have a 1st and 15. They have to get down to about the 4-yard line for the first down. They hand it off to Charlie Dawson. Charlie breaks it over the right side. Let's go with the ball at the end there, but I think he was down. They were going to call him down anyway, and Charlie was the one who came up with it. Makes it a moot point. He gets down to the 11-yard line there, giving the Irish a much more manageable second down.
Yeah, we can still get
what they needed there.
Can still get a first down without having to score a touchdown here, so we can look at it in those terms. We got a lot of the field to play with yet, but we still can pick up that first down.
Jokic under center will hand it off to John Finch going over left guard. John will get it down to the 5-yard line, leaving the Irish with a 3rd and
pretty short,
very short yard and a half. Our angles are a little off there, so our perception's off. We are about 15 yards further to the left of where we were during our first broadcast here at the stadium. Didn't realize that we like things routine. They changed it up on us.
Yeah, the older we get, the more routine we need.
That's right. Irish hand it off in the middle. They're going to get the first down, and they're going to get into the end zone. A little bit of trickeration there. A fake, and then Joey faked it as if he kept it. We had to fake the handoff, and the fake quarterback going around the right end. Ended up going up the middle, and the Irish get their 2nd touchdown of the game here. 5:39 mark, the first period. Actually going for 2 here, try to make up for the botched extra point attempt. First time, get back that 14-point lead. They give it to John Finch. He gets in, but there's a flag in the backfield thrown by the referee.
Yep, we moved.
Illegal motion, maybe. Somebody maybe wasn't set. So the Irish will do it again.
Yeah, something didn't look quite right on that play, and I was right.
We'll see what the Springfield certainly will make them try it again.
Yep.
2 points is big here. So
now we're going to try to kick it.
Yeah, Matt Donlan's running into the game. Matt thought he was having some time off there. Foolish boy. Matt was paying attention. He was just down at the other end there. We're just giving him some grief. He's going to come in here and kick what's more like a field goal now than a
Matt was
point
probably
after attempt.
getting himself ready for the kickoff. That was much better snap. Great hold by Joey.
Through. There's the extra point. That's what the Irish have looked like on 90% of their extra points so far this year. The execution's been just perfect. That gives the Irish a 13-0 lead, a little bit more than halfway through this first period of this Wednesday night game against Springfield Southeast. We were playing on Wednesday night, Mike, because we do not play during Holy Week, so we could not have a game this weekend.
And we've never before in our history had to contend with this because we never play in the spring.
Very rarely does Easter show up around Thanksgiving.
But it certainly feels like we're around Thanksgiving temperature-wise.
Like Thanksgiving.
But you know, we're not feeling it up here. I'm sure there's a little bit of a breeze down in the field.
Our intrepid camera person and director have to have their window open next to us here, so they're feeling it a little bit more than we are.
But Rob, they are half our age.
They are,
at least.
Yeah, it does. I was just throwing it out there.
So
really doesn't bother me at all. I'm just trying to stay on their good side.
Oh, that ship has sailed for me. That's not happening. So
We should say that this is an odd game on an odd night for Southeast too, and we really do appreciate them scheduling this game.
yeah, and I
getting
don't know,
this in.
are they on spring break? Because the Peoria Public Schools are on spring break now. This could be a spring break football game for them, which you don't know.
No, we really appreciate their efforts on our behalf. I know they want games too, but this is going over and above. All right, Matt Dowland prepared to kick it off again. We did a little pooch last time, and he hits a low driving one this time, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 5-yard line. So that will give them 30 yards back up to their own 35-yard line to start their second possession of the game. When it gets up closer, the Irish may have to rethink those sort of kickoffs. That's about, what, now the 5th one has gone out of bounds?
Yeah, we're trying, like you said, we're trying to cut that field in half and just give them half the field to work on. And he's close.
Yeah, that wasn't far. And it went deep. It was an excellent kick.
And
went out at the 5-yard line.
And give credit for the returner to have the
let it go.
Thought to not touch the ball.
Yep. So Springfield will have their second offensive possession, start their own 35-yard line. Their first offensive possession, they were gaining some positive yards on a couple plays, but then the quarterback fumbled the ball, taking it around the left end. The Irish, Mikel Flores, picked it up.
Ball tossed to number 1.
The Irish
Mikey
get him.
Murphy.
Oh, they get him behind the line of scrimmage. He keeps his feet moving though and gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Looks like we'll have a 2nd and long, if not 2nd and 10. Yeah, looks like they're gonna give him the original line of scrimmage, and that's it. A good job by the Irish.
Yeah, strung that play out.
Yeah. Southeast back. Now Southeast quarterback Harris back in the shotgun here. He hands it off again. There's another ball on the ground. The wonky exchange there.
I think Southeast fell on this one.
It looked to me as if the running back did not think he was going to get the ball on that play. He really didn't clamp his arms around it.
No.
The ball just sort of fell off his left hip. They did fall on it, though. I think it's probably the quarterback probably picked it up. But the Irish were there, too. They were in the backfield, and that might have had something to do with the exchange. Might have caused the Southeast quarterback to see something and try to hang on to the ball too long. But now this gives it a 3rd and very long. We're going to call this a 3rd and 17. They are back to their own 28-yard line now. They're going to pass for the first time. He pulls it under. He's going to run, Harris, and he is met just about after gaining 2 yards. This is going to be a 4th and 15. And we'll see what the punt team, I think, of Southeast looks like now.
It was Evan Elward on the stop and just wrapped him up the way you're supposed to wrap him up and bring him down. And this quarterback's dangerous, and I'm sure we're told right now, keep an eye on him wherever he goes. You just can't assume that he's passing or pitching or anything. We just got to stay with him.
Have we returned to punt this year, Coach? I don't remember seeing this formation. I don't think we've returned to punt this year. We know it didn't against Central.
Richwoods had.
Oh, they had the one punt that turned into a loss on the turnover on downs because of the bad snap, and that was it.
So we've got excellent field position once again.
Yeah,
so
that was a shanked punt.
Yeah,
I don't know if we'll see another. I don't know if we'll see another punt this game either.
I'm not sure Central even has a punter, so we don't have to think back to that game. But
if they do, they must keep him at home, and they just call him occasionally, see if he can't sprint over. He must live close.
Richwoods had the one, their kicker who kicked the ball so well.
Yeah.
On the kickoffs and extra points and so forth. I think he was also their punter.
Yeah, we should have a 1st and 10 on the Southeast 34-yard line. They're going to go back and throw.
Guy wide open.
Joey Jokic has a man right open, and it is literally 6 inches too far. He was right on. That was a well-designed play. That was one of the better balls Joey has thrown all year. That was a nice, tight spiral. He threw it off of his front foot. I think they were going to Marty Prentice there.
That was Marty. Yeah, Marty ran a nice route. He was open.
Marty's the right tight end. He's caught the longest pass play of the year for the Irish so far. Caught about a 30, 35-yarder against Peoria High. Pretty much on the same sort of play. He was right there. Marty's a tall drink of water with long arms, and he couldn't get it. I doubt anybody could. But it was a good-looking pass.
It was.
Well-designed play. All right, leads the Irish with a 2nd and 10. They hand the ball off to Charlie Dawson. 2nd man through up the middle, and Charlie will pick up about 4 yards. Going to leave the Irish with a 3rd and 6. Perfectly manageable down and distance for this offense. Irish will have the ball on the 30 for this 3rd and 6. Joey Jokic runs back in with the play. See what the Irish set up on here. Looks like they're going to go with their standard 1 wing back, and they have a tailback. Charlie Dawson's playing in the tailback position there, and he's going to get the ball coming over the right side.
Great hole.
And he's got room,
He's
and
gonna
he's going to
score.
go in untouched for the Irish 3rd touchdown of this opening quarter. Speaking of well-designed, well-blocked plays, he
Our
put that one in
entire
a
line.
time
You could
capsule.
name everybody on the line on that one. Charlie was not touched.
No, perfectly executed play for the Irish. They go up 19-0 now. Looks like they're going to go for 2 again. Partially successful the last time going for 2, but it was called back due to an illegal motion penalty. So then they ended up just kicking the point after here. We're going to try to get it to 21. And see if Charlie Dawson will finish off the
He
work.
didn't get touched there again.
No,
He must have taken the lineman out for dinner tonight because they're making sure nobody touches him.
makes the Irish 21-0 leaders in this first period. There's still just a little under 3 minutes to go. The Irish have been scoring at a pace about once every 3.5 minutes here. Actually, a little bit less than that.
Well, twice we've gotten the ball in really great field position. Well, really, I think we started every drive on the real close to the 50 or within the 50-yard line. That makes a huge difference.
Yeah, we just can't say enough about Ben Seaton, Kel Flores, Danny Ward, and James Hotskins, Jello Hightower, Martin Prentice, Marshall Gwillem. I think Marshall's over there on the left tight end. They are just absolutely opening up holes. Doesn't even begin to say it. These are gaps in the line. These are canyons. All right, 21-0.
Now the thing that we want to make sure that we do, we were up 28-0 at halftime at Richwoods, and Richwoods came out and it was a 13-0 quarter in favor of Richwoods in the third quarter on Saturday. And Coach Armstrong alluded to that when we talked to him after the game, that his message was, you got to keep your foot on the gas. Other teams can play too, and if you back off at all, they're going to take advantage. And Richwoods, Richwoods was in a position to really make the game interesting, and then we bounced back, had a great fourth quarter.
Turnovers kind of submarine their comeback effort, but it was on its way. All right, Matt Donnan kicks off again. We got another little pooch kick just like the first one. It's handled this time by the first Southeast player who encounters the ball, but he was running away from his own goal line when he caught it. Irish are going to start it, or are going to force their opponents to start about 65 or so yards from the goal to go. So they'll have a first down on their own 33-yard line, it looks like here. 67 yards to go. That's a nice little space to exploit. It's almost always there if you have a kicker that can put that thing 25, 30 yards in the air down there.
And number 11, Johnny Holland did a really nice job.
It may not be a better catch on any play tonight. That was over the shoulder, running away. You can hear the footsteps. It was a very nice catch. All right, quarterback Harris back in the shotgun, as he's been for every offensive play so far. Number 1 shifts over to the right. And then go back to throw. We have Harris.
Boy, threw a nice ball there.
That's a good-looking ball. Could not quite pull it in. Number 13, the flanker here on the left side. We had that right in front of us. The ball did hit the ground. He just couldn't quite get his 2 hands on it before he went down. That was a very nice throw.
That was a nice pass. He ran a nice route, and he got the ball right to him.
Right. Put that ball where only his receiver could make a play on it. Not bad coverage for the Irish. But probably needed just about 4 more inches. He would have been able to get his other hand underneath that ball.
Now this is a spot here where Ian Lemons will normally play. in the secondary. And when Ian's not in the game, it's Caden Araujo who's back there. Neither one are here tonight, are able to play tonight. So we've got Will Tangles taking that spot.
All right, Will's right in front of us right now. That's him, the furthest man in the backfield. I think that second down play netted Southeast 2 yards to get them up to the 35-yard line, leaving them with a pretty long third down here. We're going to call it a 3rd and 8. But we know they can pass now. They know they're willing. They know they got a quarterback can do it. They pitch it out to the right here, and the Irish snuff this out and get him right at the line of scrimmage. This is going to lead to a 4th and 8.
So I'm looking at number 72 for Southeast walking off there, limping off the field, Martavius Brown. Big lineman, 6'4", 330 pounds, and he had a very noticeable limp before that play started. I don't know if you can see him on the sideline there, and hopefully he's going to be okay. But I saw him before that play just hobbling around.
Yeah, he would, literally and figuratively, he would be a big loss.
Yes.
On their defensive and their offensive line. All right, they got their punt team out again. They really had a poor result the last time they punted. He was shanked off the outside of his right foot. Much better one time here. The wind sort of balloons it a little bit. The Irish just let it drop smartly. Like Charlie Dawson just let it go. And so the Irish will start at their 42-yard line. New set of downs. Got a minute 20 here to try to score 4 touchdowns in the opening quarter. Maybe a tall hill to climb, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Irish aren't 40 yards closer to their 4th touchdown by the time this quarter ends. So the Irish, again, 1st and 10 on LaFonte Law, 1st and 10 on their 42-yard line. With both wingbacks in and John Finch in the backfield. Charlie Dawson comes around from his left side, gets met right at the line of scrimmage. Good individual defensive play there by number 52. And the linebackers.
Yeah, Darren Chapman, very nice play.
He won that battle. He had no help. He won that battle. It was a really good form tackle. After pick up 1 yard, long 1 yard on that, leave him a 2nd and 8, we'll call it. 2nd and 8.5. The clock ticks down under a minute here. Irish pulled Dawson off the line this time. They hand it up to Big John Finch, the fullback, first man through the hole. He's going to be very close to a 1st down. Probably going to be about a yard short, leaving the Irish with a 3rd and 1.
You know, John very rarely goes down that first hit.
No.
And even if they're going to bring him down, he's still going to get positive yardage out of it. It's going to be a positive play.
He falls forward. Like we said, back of his jersey does not get dirty. 3rd and 1. The Irish sneak it. Joey Jokic is going to pick up the necessary 1 yard and about 4 yards more after that. Going to leave the Irish here at the end of the first quarter, close to the end of the first quarter. And I moved the chain, so they've stopped the clock. But this will be the last play, undoubtedly. There's 10.3 seconds left.
Yeah, they started the clock.
Well, they're gonna squeeze try to squeeze another play in here. The Irish have a LaFonte Law 1st and goal, or 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line, Southeast 45-yard line. The Irish.
Maybe we shouldn't have tried to run that play.
I thought that was. I really don't see what you gain from doing that. But chances are there was something very specific Coach Armstrong was looking for on that. And up 21-0 at the end of the first quarter, not a bad time to try something like that. You have a cushion there.
Well, yeah, and everything you're doing again this spring, you're trying things. This is kind of your extended practice going into next fall, even though you're trying to win every time out here.
I'm going to put 1 second back on the clock and start it. So the Irish will have a first. We'll have a LaFonte Law 1st and 15.
And we'll be heading the other direction.
We'll see what they're talking about here. There's no reason it should be an untimed down. They really should probably just. And they're literally on the 50-yard line, so we don't really need to flip the fields here.
No, we're just going to flip directions.
Just really.
1 second. 1 second and run it.
Things have to be done officially, though. And there's the end of the quarter. Well, that was the least impressive offensive play we've had all day, Mike. I really don't know what we were doing there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the. And I'm not even sure what happened. We just move a little quick, I'm assuming.
I'm assuming maybe that somebody wasn't set for the full second that you're supposed to be set. The ball literally on the 50-yard line.
And again, just, in general, you got to be very happy with this quarter. Offensively, moving the ball, every play other than, the penalties, every play has been a positive play. Defensively, we've already forced one turnover, made a couple of 3 and outs where they had to punt. So I think Coach Armstrong's got to be happy where we are right now.
Yeah, well, we've seen Southeast put the ball on the ground at least one other time. They recovered it themselves. Probably the penalties would be the only thing that Coach Armstrong would be kind of hot under the collar about. A night like tonight, being hot under the collar is not a bad thing.
No, I would take some heat under the collar.
It's about 37 degrees out right now, I think. We were wondering whether we were going to have football weather. We did. So the Irish will start fresh 12 minutes on the clock. Now heading towards the north goal post. Looking for where 72 is moving a lot better on the sideline over there. So hopefully the young man can get back into this game.
They've got plenty of big bodies, though. I've been, just looking at their roster. They got a lot of nice-sized young men.
They're casting some shadows out there under the full lighting system here. John Finch goes there, get tripped up. I think he may have tripped over his own feet or the feet of one of his.
Yeah, I don't know that I saw anybody from Southeast there that
there's nobody behind
touched him.
The Irish will pick up about 1 yard really on that play, leaving them with a 2nd and 14. They are in Southeast territory, though. They're at the Southeast 48-yard line. And they hand it to Finch again. He's not knocked down in the backfield this time, and he is going to go. They're going to touch him, but he is in for a 48-yard touchdown. John went up the middle, off left tackle, veered a little bit to the left after he got through the linebacker level, and he was gone.
And deeper in the play, Charlie Dawson made a great block just to give him a little sliver of daylight and have that room to move to the left. So that was a great play.
Well, when you're at 2nd and 14, you pick up 48 yards for a touchdown. You ought to keep that play in the playbook.
Yeah, I think is their 2nd and 14 design play, I think.
Matt down and out. Kick the extra point. Matt puts up a very beautiful looking kick. Straight through. Thing was about 22, 25 feet in the air. Looking good. This is eerily reminiscent of the Richwoods game, Mike.
Yeah, it really is. We're moving the ball pretty freely. Not like I said, no negative plays. Everything we've done has been positive yardage. Even our incomplete pass, one pass we threw was a like you said, a beautiful play call, and the ball was well thrown, just a little bit out of the reach of Marty, but the play was there. It was open. If it's delivered and caught, it's a touchdown.
Yeah, it was absolutely. Even though the ball fell to the turf and we didn't get anything out of it, it was actually a beautifully well-run play. I wouldn't be surprised to see it again. Maybe not today, but we're going to need a big play or two in the passing game in weeks 4, 5, and 6 if we're blessed enough to have football in weeks 4, 5, and 6.
Well, you got to keep teams honest. You remember how Peoria High played us, 11 guys up at the line of scrimmage, and it just, they're just inviting you to do that, and that's just the way they play. But when your style of play is not designed to throw the ball first, it takes a little time to come.
Yep. Well, Peoria High ran the ball most of the time against us, but the biggest play was at the end of that first half when they broke off about a 45-yard pass play. Really changed the game around. We got a little pooch there again. This is caught by number 52 for Southeast. It's the same young man, the linebacker we talked about, who made that great one-on-one play against Charlie Dawson. He caught that one with some momentum. Gained an extra probably 7, 8 yards after the catch. It'll be Southeast ball, 1st and 10 on their own 37-yard line. All right, I'm not going to say this is the play of the game, but Southeast really needs, at the very least, to take time off the clock. They need first downs.
Yeah, they just need
to
something
move the ball.
positive.
They do. The ball here, they got a bad snap. It goes on the ground. Harris picks it up and is going to make some lemonade out of that lemon. He's going to get it to,
the
ball's
ball
on the
is
ground
dropped
again. Number 72 is
And
good.
it hadn't been whistled dead, and we've
The Irish pick it up.
not sure who came up with it, but let's see who's.
Mikey Flores again, I think, isn't it? 52. It's his second fumble recovery of the game. He's going to be wearing that turnover belt to bed tonight. Nobody's going to be able to take it away from him. Well, that was too bad for Southeast. It had a bad snap. Quarterback picked it up. Really had picked up about 5 yards at the time, and in his fight, you know what he's doing. He's fighting to get that extra yard.
That's right.
And
Just being
it caused him
competitive.
to put the ball on the ground. You really feel bad for him. Good news is number 72 for them is back in the game, not limping. The Irish put the ball on the ground, and Southeast
gave it right
recovers
back.
it. Southeast will have the ball now on their own 36-yard line with a fresh set of downs. Really sure what happened there. Usually when you see a handoff, I start looking down the field to see where the blocking is going to be because we never put the ball on the ground.
Yeah, Jaden Smith on the recovery there. And again, I'm not sure what happened to that play either. I just saw the ball come out, but I'm not sure what happened.
You know, the exchanges between Joey Jokic and his
And all the
his backs have been pristine this year. They really have been. It's I mean, something that's as hard to do as it is to throw is to get those exchanges right every time. And they've got those exchanges right just about every time. We'll have to, we do not have a monitor in our booth, so we cannot see the replay. We'll have to investigate what happened there at halftime. All right, well, let's see what the Irish do with this, their first little bit of adversity in this game. And the first turnover. Harris hands it off up the middle and go over left tackle. Going to pick up about 4 yards. Going to get the ball right at their own 40-yard line. Going to leave them with a 2nd and 6. There is just about 10.5 minutes left.
That was Cameron Crawford carrying the ball for Southeast. Yeah, good test for our defense right here. Had a little, we get a big high on a fumble recovery, and then now we got to respond again. Good stop.
Irish get a good stop there. It's going to leave about a 3rd and 4. We can see the Irish defense is hungry to get that ball back.
They are.
That was a tackle and a attempted purse snatching. He was going right for that ball as he was tackling him. Irish number 62, Jack Sager comes in. Give somebody a blow. Going to give Jaron Holcomb a little bit of a rest there. No, I'm sorry, it's Ben Seaton who's getting the rest, not Jaron.
Just short of the first down here. Decision for Southeast, but I think it's a pretty easy decision to
I
make
think
here.
so too. Ball's right on the 50-yard line. They have a short 1 to go. 4th and 1. Need to get to the 49-yard line, or the 51, as I like to say every once in a while.
I would probably take my chances with the quarterback.
I would too.
Just running something with him.
Yep.
Eliminate any exchange issues.
Well, they hands it off, and
nice
the
run.
ball carrier shakes off the initial contact, which was probably going to leave him short, and ends up picking up 7 yards on the play. Giving Southeast that first down we were talking about, Mike. So important. Moving the chains, keeping the clock going. They're going to have a 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. I'm sorry, I had my 50-yard lines mixed up there. There's not 2 50-yard lines out there. They were on the 45 when I thought they were on the 50. Now they're past the 50. So they got a 1st and 10 on the 49-yard line, 48-yard line. They hand it off again. The Irish meet them right at the line of scrimmage, and there is a
tackled by a host of Irish.
Old-fashioned gang tackling there. Come one, come all on that one.
That was Crawford on the carry. Hard to see these numbers. I don't know if you're having as much trouble as I am.
For the Irish, yeah.
For both, really. Some of the Southeast numbers I'm having a little trouble with.
We're going to have a 2nd and 10 here from the original line of scrimmage. 8.5 minutes to go. Quarterback keeps it, takes it around the left.
Got a little room.
Yep. He's going to not get a first down, but he's going to pick up about 9 of the 10 yards he needed there. Going to get the ball down to the 40-yard line of the Irish. Going to leave them a very short third down. We're going to call it 3rd and 2. The knee must have come down a little bit before. But on the far hash mark from where we are.
Another big 3rd down play here. We see if we can make a stop here. This is a good challenge for our defense.
Back in the shotgun. Hands it off again over the right side. It's strung out. Oh, he does a good job breaking it off up the middle. He's going to get the first down. We're going to get another Southeast first down.
Like Chris Yates, the ball carried. Very nice cut back. I thought, we had strung him out a little bit, but he saw a little daylight and took advantage of it.
Yeah, he's going to be at the Irish 36-yard line of a 1st and 10. From the 36-yard line of the Peoria Notre Dame. By far their best sustained offensive production.
They got a little confidence going, a little
off in
rhythm.
The middle, the first man through takes it. He's going to pick up about 3 yards probably.
Nice job on the defense. We converged on the ball carrier. Yates again on the carry.
Going to be
I think that was Yates.
2nd and
or Crawford
7.
maybe.
2nd and 7 from the 34-yard line. A lot of the success has come with the quarterback handing off instead of doing it himself. He's going to throw, throws out to the left flat. They've got room.
Play.
Very well designed play, well blocked on the outside. He's getting down there to about the 10-yard line. He's going to be wrestled out of bounds somewhere around the 12 or 13-yard line of the Irish.
Yeah, Mikey Murphy on the reception, and I'm not sure who wide outside made a great block.
Yeah, sealed off his man perfectly. So we'll have another first down for Southeast. We're going to be, they'll still can get a first down. It's not going to be a 1st and goal situation. It's going to be 1st and 10 from, looks like probably the 13 maybe. Maybe the 14. We'll call it 1st and goal from the 14-yard line based on where the first down marker is. Looks like it's closer to the 4 than the 3. We have Southeast playing with a little more enthusiasm, a little more passion.
Yeah, you can just tell they feel a little better about themselves right now than they did earlier. They're executing better.
They should. This has been an excellent drive by them. The Irish are screaming something on the sideline. Everybody, the coaches and stuff, not really sure what they were trying to get there. There was no penalty, no nothing.
They're not far from the goal line now. What are they about to?
No, they got to be on about the 3-yard line, maybe 4-yard line. And then have a 2nd down. 2nd and goal. They're going to get in. No, yes they do.
There's the quarterback
the
kept
wide.
the ball.
Took it up the middle, a little bit off the left. Took it up the middle. Going to be their first touchdown of the game. Here with 6 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second half. I'm sure they'll be going for 2. They did that mostly by running, but they had that one pass. Picked up a big chunk, about 25 yards or so.
Yeah, that's the type of pass that's really a run disguised as a pass.
Yeah.
You get that short pass and you execute well, and they executed that perfectly.
Let's see what they do here. They put a man in motion, number 1. They hand it off up the middle. Do their featured back in this drive, and he's not going to get it. So the score will remain 28-6 Notre Dame. Southeast, though, has their first points on the board. The parallels to the Richwoods game just keep sort of piling up here, Mike.
Yeah, they really do. Now it's going to be key for us to put something together. Just a tough break there. There's a Southeast player down on the field. We saw quite a bit of this as the game went on Saturday against Richwoods. Quite a few players going down. But no, what I'm saying is, we get the ball on a fumble, and then we turn it over right after that, and the momentum seemed to shift a little bit. We've got to get it back now. Put together a nice drive and see if we can come down and put some points on the board.
All right. Irish kick return team will get out there. This will be their second appearance. The Irish received the ball to start the game and had a nice kick return. I think it was number 1.
Yes, it was.
On the Anwa. We'll see if we can't get the ball in his hands again. He's back out there. Just 20 seconds over the halfway mark of the second period. Irish up 28-6, and they ran off 21 points fairly quickly in the first quarter and scored very quickly into the second quarter. It'd be up 28-0, but an exchange of turnovers sort of blunted the Irish offensive momentum, and it led to offensive momentum for Southeast instead. And they took the ball a good 65 yards or so with a nice mix of runs and one nice pass, which, like you said, was really a long handoff, but it did stretch the Irish out.
Now we just have to be aware of a short kick or a pooch or something here. You just never know. When you don't have a good scout on somebody, when you don't have much time, you're not sure what they're more likely to do.
They're going to kick it.
Nice line drive.
Deep.
That's a great kick.
Oh, it makes it through the final
it's
line.
It's going to go all the way.
The Irish are going to have to get on it and just take a knee. That'll take the ball to the 35-yard line, I guess. They don't take it out to the 20 anymore, do they?
Well, let's see where this ball goes.
Taking the kicking ball out, bringing in the
I think it'll come in.
regular play ball.
It won't come out as far as the penalty.
It will be at the 20-yard line. If Irish will have an Elefante Law 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Well, that's a pretty effective kick if you can.
Very much so.
I mean, the Irish are probably better letting it go. Otherwise, that kick had a bounce off of somebody's shins written all over it.
Yeah, that could have been bad news.
Yeah, Irish handed it off to Charlie Dawson, who's gonna.
Let's see how far Charlie's stretching it out.
He has designs of going the whole 80
tackle,
whole 80 yards himself there, but he gets 55 yards. Charlie took that handoff, broke it over the right side when he was taking it down the right sideline. Good pursuit by 2 Southeast defenders there.
I think Holm finally tracked him down and tripped him up, but
Charlie
was picking up a little steam there too. Looked like he was starting to get a little distance, but
I was getting excited. That was going to be the longest run of the year. It might still be the longest run of the year. Charlie takes it down to the 26-yard line of Southeast, and we have another Elefante Law 1st down for the Irish, 1st and 10. And hand it off now to Charlie again. Tries to take it up the middle there through traffic, but there's just too much traffic. He's going to pick up maybe a yard, leaving the Irish with a 2nd and 9 from the 26-yard line.
do you think a guy ever runs a 50-yard run like that and then they call his number the next play and he's kind of looking at him like, are you serious?
I would be. That's your reward?
I'd be
run
sucking
right,
on that oxygen.
Run it right up into the middle.
To be young and in shape, right?
Into 800 pounds of defensive lineman. All right, Irish are going back to throw. Joe Jokas rolls out a little bit to his right.
Somebody
He's got
open.
It hits. The defender had no idea what was going on, but it hit him right in the back. We had a guy right there at the 5-yard line. I'm not sure if the pass was a little short. It was going to hit our defender in the hands right about the numbers level. But there was a defensive back there who was, in the old days, we would have called that face guarding, but they don't call that anymore.
No.
Ball hit him.
He was just running.
Right below his number and his belt. You know what that counts as? A pass defended in the stats.
That's right.
Nothing wrong with that. All right. A little under 5.5 minutes here. The Irish have a 3rd and 8.
Nice hole.
And we get Charlie Dawson again. No, this is... Again, having a little trouble with the numbers there.
I'm having trouble seeing numbers, too.
Is that Luke Carroll?
I think that was Luke.
That is Luke Carroll.
Luke's been nursing a foot injury.
Yeah,
I've seen
it's the first time I've seen him in uniform, actually. I saw him during senior night. It didn't even dawn on me that he wasn't wearing khakis.
Good
Very
for
nice
Luke.
carry for Luke there. Picks up the Elefante Law 1st down, giving the Irish a 1st and 10 from their 14-yard line.
Went to him again. I think the ball's down.
And the officials are pointing southeast way. Looks like the Irish have turned the ball over again, this time in a much deeper position. They are going to pin Southeast back on their own 15-yard line, but the Irish were going in. They needed to score there. They wanted to score there. 4:49 on the turnover. The Irish, their second turnover of the game. Both of them fumbles by their running backs.
Love to see the Irish teammates, though, just pat Luke on the back,
Yep.
and you know nobody means to do it. It
No.
happens. It's part of the game.
If I could give Luke a nickname, it would be Mr. President, because I think he's going to be president one day. All right, the Irish snuff that out immediately. We're going to have a basically no gain. Leave a 2nd and 10. We're going to call it a 2nd and 9, I guess. Going to give him forward momentum there. The quarterback kept it himself. Again, there was a low snap. Southeast has had more than their share of worm burner snaps.
Yeah, and that just disrupts your timing
yeah.
so much that your play is
Yeah, well, it makes the
just not going to
quarterback
work.
has to take his eyes off the field. He's got to, ball security is everything. He's got to get that, and things change by the time you've looked up. He throws it out to the left flat again.
Nice ball.
He put it into a nice pocket there. That's going to be a first down. That ball's on the ground
down.
again.
I think we may have gotten it.
Whistle had not blown. He was still fighting for yards. He was actually still gaining yards.
Somebody stretched out,
And the Irish have gotten the ball back. Well, here we go again. The opposite of what happened last time. Teams exchange turnovers, but this time it's the Irish who are the second team in on the exchange, and they get the ball back here with a shade over 4 minutes left. They're going to have a LaFonte Law 1st and 10 from their southeast 31-yard line. All right, Joey Jokers runs back in. All right, that is the Irish third forced turnover. This one on a pass, but they were ripping that ball out. The ball carrier was, can't blame him. He's going.
Oh, we put it down again.
The Irish put it on the ground again.
Coach Armstrong has seen enough.
Yeah, he is going to have a camp meeting, we will call that.
He's getting everybody.
The whole team is coming out onto the field. The celebration for causing the turnover was short-lived.
And his message might be, you guys get a 28-0 lead, just like you did on Saturday, and you think the game's over, and you stop focus, and you're no longer mentally into this thing, and before you know it, this other team is right back in the game. And I think that's a message he's going to deliver right now.
His message is definitely, you should have learned something, and you haven't learned it.
And he walked out of there, and he probably told them, you guys figure it out. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, nothing will make a coach angrier than a team making the mistakes this game that they were making the last game.
Right.
New mistake. He's not happy about any mistakes, but new mistakes, new things maybe you haven't worked on, that's okay, because those can be fixed next week. But this is something that I'm sure he thought he had fixed during, admittedly, a short practice week, but
you got to maintain focus every play, every game.
all right. We have movement from southeast. We'll see. They look to be pointing southeast away. I did not see anybody flinch on the Irish side.
I didn't either.
So I'm going to think we're going to have offsides on southeast.
So we just got some yards back.
We have the windows closed here because it's so cold out and we're old. So I don't know if Joey was using a hard count there or not, but
it was. They all jumped.
Pretty much the entire team.
I was looking at the sideline. A few of them jumped.
Yeah. Charlie Dawson takes it over the right side, and Charlie's going to take it all the way down to the 10-yard line, somewhere near the 10-yard line. That's going to be a first down. It'll be LaFonte Law, first down for the Irish. It'll be either 1st and goal or 1st and 10 from the 11. We'll see where they spot it. They have it on about the 11, just outside the 10-yard line, so theoretically the Irish could get a first down. That was a nice response for your first actual play after getting chewed out. Let's face it, that's what happened to them. Charlie takes it over the right side. He gets caught in the backfield. Doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Again, there was another, I don't know if that was number 52. Again, it's pretty dark in that area of the field for us. But somebody
Yeah,
got
I
to him
think it
really
might
quick.
have been Chapman has made some nice
Yeah.
plays. That might have been him.
Somebody got to him, wrapped him up, and did not let him go. And then a few of his fellow defenders joined in on the fun. That'll leave us 2nd and 11 for the Irish from about the 12-yard line, the southeast 12-yard line. The clock is ticked down under 3 minutes now.
And again,
Irish
we
are up
want to score
28-6.
here.
We do.
We want to
absolutely.
get some points.
We want to go in with momentum. Charlie takes it again over the right side. He's picked up about 6 yards maybe on that carry.
And I think every Southeast player that jumped off sides on the one play was in on this tackle.
It certainly seems that Charlie Dawson is taking the majority of the carries that Ian Lemons
Yes.
probably would have been was getting in the first 2 games for sure, until he had his unfortunate injury.
Yeah, that position I think is your primary ball carrier, and then, you know, you get Finch for the
Yeah,
just doing Finch things.
yeah. We haven't had Joey Mashinsky touch the ball quite as much
See,
here.
There's one of those Finch
There's-
things right here.
Yeah, and John Finch things are running through the back of the end zone with the ball while the other team looks around wondering who was supposed to tackle him.
But you just kind of open things up a little bit by going with Charlie or Joey or Ian when he's in the game, and then that opens that middle up.
Yeah, even Luke before the fumble. Had
Yeah,
just
Luke
cracked
had-
off a good 9-10
Yeah.
yard run there. So Irish
This-
got the
this
talent,
was
they
big
got the
because
blocking. This is huge.
I
You're
look
right.
at this as our first score of the quarter because that touchdown we got,
Yeah.
the first play of the second quarter, it's almost like we scored 28 points
Yeah,
in the
that was
first
the
quarter.
downhill momentum from the first quarter still carrying over. You're absolutely right. This was to me, the big thing is this is a response to a tongue lashing. This
Yes.
is a response to
Yeah,
being taken out to the woodshed by Coach Armstrong. He didn't talk long.
No, I was just going to say he didn't. It's not so much the quantity as it is the
Yes.
quality.
Yep.
And I think he got his message across.
Said we have the windows closed here, but his initial call to meeting, we could hear it through the glass. But I did not hear what he was saying after that. He was very focused, very intense. If he told them to dominate the next 3-4 plays, well, they listened.
I think he probably told them that where your heads are, it's a little darker than it is in the field. So let's get back to where you're supposed to be.
I know some of you are pre-med. Let's not get into the examinations quite yet. All right, that's 35-6 for the Irish. Their 5th touchdown of this first half. There's 2 minutes and 1 second left.
Now the key is let's not let Southeast put something together here.
Southeast has discovered something. You never quite know what the change was, whether it's the change in something what the Irish were doing or the change in something they were doing. They did start handing the ball off a little bit more and mixed in a few passes there. But with their passing game, they could come down and score in the 2 minutes we have here, even if they have 80 or so yards to go. So,
well, they look like they've got a couple guys that are very capable of breaking off a big run at any time. So we just can't let that happen.
No. All right, the Irish stick it. I was going to say
roll out
down
of
the
bounds
middle, but it's
again.
going to run out of bounds again. This runs out of bounds about the 20-yard line, which will give them an extra 15 yards. This will start, the penalty will start the ball at Southeast's own 35-yard line, giving them 65 yards to go.
With just about exactly 2 minutes to go here.
The Irish have a good defense. Coach Armstrong briefly touched on the out-of-bounds kicks a little bit like that. He didn't seem all that upset about it when he was talking about it, and nobody seems that upset about it now. So it may be something where they said, we'll take the 35-yard line. Confidence in the defense. All right, let's see what Southeast can dial up here. 2 minutes and 1 second left. Another low snap. He throws it over, gets number 10, and he is immediately hit by Joey
official took a
Mashinsky.
hit as well.
The official was the last man down there. He got rolled over by Joey Mashinsky and the receiver. Joey separated the ball, or the receiver from the ball immediately. Very good hit. I'm amazed you don't see this happen more, Mike.
Oh,
I really
these
am.
guys are right in the middle.
We should probably give them their due also. We have our officials today are Jim Maddock, John Carls, Jeff Manning, Kevin Bird, and Andy Sepich. Not sure which one went down there. He's up and moving. He looks just a little shaken, as I would be.
I'll tell you what, they had to play the game around me. I'd still be laying there.
If
They would have just dragged me off by both feet and then
I
just
tell you
put
what,
me on the
if it
sideline.
had been me, they'd been using all this extra space here for the life flight helicopter to land, extricate me, and start notifying next of kin.
Always reminds me of Royce Elliott back in high school. Told the story that he got hit, got injured on the field, and they came out and checking him out, and he looked up and said, "How's the crowd taking it?" And that's kind of where you might be there. Yeah.
That would have been me.
Uh-huh.
I would have said, "What? You should have seen the other guy."
That's right.
All right, but that leads to a 2nd and 10. They throw it out to the left flat again.
We defended that much better than
Defended
we
it
did the first time they did that play.
Much better. The receiver did a good job of actually snaring a pass that wasn't completely accurate, and it kind of knocked him off balance. But the Irish had
Disrupted their
3
timing
guys.
a little bit.
The Irish had 3 guys there anyway. This leaves a 3rd and 10. There's just about a minute and a half left.
Now, again, this is key. We stop them here. You got to think they're going to punt.
Yeah.
And do we try to get another one in? Depends on where we get the ball, right?
Are we calling for a timeout? We're not calling for a timeout.
Well, let's see what happens here. Key is you got to get the stop.
Yeah, he decides on a keeper, and they're going to get
Which
that
we did.
stop. It's going to end up with about a 4th and 8.
Now's your timeout.
Now the Irish call timeout with 70 seconds left in the half. We've seen their punting game is not something they feature on their press guide.
But I can't imagine them doing anything but punt
No,
here.
I can't imagine them getting fancy down here. Change of possession would stop the clock. The Irish give the Irish a stop the clock without having to use another timeout. That would leave the Irish with, what, 2 timeouts left?
And the way we've been knocking off some big runs, we could break one at any time.
Yeah, you wouldn't necessarily have to throw. Certainly not on the first couple plays. So it'll be a 4th and 7 from the, call it the 37-yard line. Southeast back on their own 37-yard line. I know the video game player and me, coach, would love to see a punt block put on here. Just to see what you could do.
Just to come after them.
I mean, we don't have anybody back right now. You know, a punt is not like a kickoff. It can fall harmlessly and just stop there. The Irish don't need to cover it.
Right.
It's not anybody's ball game, all right? The Irish do put somebody back now. We'll see what they're going to do here. They are going to go with a straight punt. He gets off a low line drive, and that's going to work out.
Good roll for Southeast.
Yeah, work out the way they're going to want it to work out.
Great kick. Don't let the wind be a factor and keep it low.
Gets down to the 25-yard line of the Irish, giving the Irish 75 yards, giving them 3/4 of the field, have to go in a minute. We do have timeouts.
And we have broken some plays, so let's see if
well, we've had
what might happen.
We've had Marty Prentice open downfield, a good 30 yards downfield. We just missed him. We've seen him catch that ball before. What we haven't seen is that pad that Joey Mashinsky run over the left side.
That hasn't happened yet, has it?
Seems to crack off 35, 40 yards every time the Irish use it. The Irish have 3 men out wide. We don't have our wingbacks in. We got one man out wide to the right, 3 men out wide here down to the left. They hand off anyway, and it goes nowhere. The Irish will pick up 2 yards, maybe, leaving them a 2nd and long with under 50 seconds to go. The Irish are not huddling here.
We're not in a hurry, but we're not huddling. So.
Yeah. We have composed urgency here. We are in the shotgun, though.
Little option
to John Finch. John's running. He's getting close to the 50. He's down at about close to the 45-yard line. He gets to the 47 where they take him down. The Irish are at 27 seconds.
Now if we're ready to go, as soon as they crank it, here we go. Let's see if we can run something here.
And the clock is moving now. They've wound the clock. We're back under center. And we clock it. Jokic just throws the ball at the line of scrimmage there. The Irish will have a 2nd and 10 then. That LaFonte Law first down was just to stop the clock. And now we'll have a 2nd and 10. The Irish need to get to the 47-yard line of Southeast to get a first down.
I think we're looking big play.
You almost have to here. 2 or 3 of them. You can get 2 or 3 passes in rather with this amount of time left. Joey Jokic runs out to the right.
That's what we didn't want to have happen.
He is met right there, and that will probably
No, he just let it run.
Put it out. That was an excellent, again, singular defensive play by a man who was out there on an island all by himself. I can't really see his number there. It's not number 52.
Hard
making
to
all the other
tell.
plays. Yeah.
It's so hard to tell these numbers
taller. But they, Southeast, when they've had to, have shown some excellent open field one-on-one tackling. That's about the 3rd or 4th time where they really won that one-on-one battle. All right. The Irish end the first half up 35-6. They had a 28-0 lead very early in the second quarter. Momentum then shifted back to Southeast with some turnovers by the Irish. Southeast had their share of turnovers in there too. The game got a little sloppy there for about 20 minutes of real time, about maybe 9 minutes of actual game time.
Putting the ball down, and it seemed like both teams lost a little focus. Maybe got, of course, there could be a little bit of fatigue setting in here.
Yeah, very short turnaround.
Haven't had much time.
Well,
playing
a very
Saturday
short turnaround,
than Wednesday.
Yeah, I think maybe you would see that more. The short practice time. I mean, the Irish were uncharacteristically not only turnover prone, but penalty prone.
Right.
Not counting the kicks out of bounds, which don't seem to matter that much. But the Irish had 3 or 4 penalties in that half, and that's really not something we see. We had more than a few penalties on Southeast, too. We had that big first down offsides against them with the entire team. Looked like a Broadway play. They're all choreographed. They all came across at the same time. All right, we have 15 minutes here at halftime. We will let you enjoy the Irish dance team here on senior night as they do their thing. This hard-working group of kids. I cannot tell you how many times you walk through the cafeteria and they are practicing. Makes me exhausted just walking through. I have to walk through with my head down.
They put the time in, that's for sure.
Certainly
as
do.
does, the band, the cheerleaders, everybody that makes these games work so effectively. It's not by accident that everything looks so good.
I don't know if most people know it, but the band, cheerleaders, and dance, they don't have off seasons. They perform normally for the fall sports, for the winter sports, and then they either do spring sports or they do competition season. So oftentimes we talk about this sport or that sport being year-round. This is year-round for these guys. All right, we'll let you enjoy their performance, and we will see you with a couple minutes to go before halftime. Bye-bye.
go ahead and call him that.
You know, it's
We all do.
It's the fall guy, but
Not the
okay.
worst thing he's going to be called.
But then she sees Katie. Who's that? The in-charge lady. Who's the in-charge lady? And I'm thinking, who the hell are you even talking about? I'm thinking, and she points at Katie. And it's the in-charge.
Have you told her that?
I waited a couple of years. Just, before, and then when Rita was a senior, Rita was taking AP government. She took the first half of me, and she was still scared of the in-charge lady. So we had a conference. I said, that would let you top hire if I didn't have confidence that she would be able to handle it. And she knows
All right, Irish fans, we are on. I can hear you. We have about 2.5 minutes to go here. We've put the 3 minutes up. Used about 30 seconds of it for the warm-up here. The Irish, a little bit of a reset here. The Irish jumped out to a quick 28-0 lead. 21 of those points occurred in the 3 touchdowns in the first quarter, and then driving again at the end of the first quarter and scored a couple plays into the second quarter to go up 28-0, and then sort of lost the script there a bit. Southeast got a turnover. A couple turnovers, stole the momentum away. Only got 6 points out of it, but they turned what was looking to be a rout into a competitive ball game for the last 7-8 minutes of that second quarter. The Irish did get another touchdown there. They are up 35-6. They are up by 29 points. I guess you can't say we did push the lead out by 1 point there, but it looked like a little different ball game there. The Irish, a few penalties, which has been unusual for them, and a few turnovers, which is unusual for them.
And again, you know, we talked about this. You talk about it, basketball. You can really talk about any sport, but how we come out to start this second half. You know, I thought we were a little. I don't know if I would say sluggish, but we weren't quite as sharp. Saturday at Richwoods, and we let Richwoods get a couple touchdowns, a couple scores, cut it down to 28-13, make the game a little bit interesting, and then we seemed to regain focus and intensity and scored the last 14 points of the game, which was nice. I think Coach is probably challenging them right now to look at this and say, let's make sure that we don't let that happen, and let's not take our foot off the gas. Let's keep this going.
Coach challenged them right at the end of that quarter and that half, and they responded.
And just a reminder, we want to give a big thank you to our major sponsor, LaFonte Law. When you've been injured, navigating the legal system can be difficult. LaFonte Law's team is dedicated to providing a superior experience with people you can trust. They take the time and fight for what you deserve. If LaFonte Law doesn't win your case, you don't owe anything. When you need effective legal representation, contact LaFonte Law. Local, respected, and famous for getting clients their fair share. Call LaFonte Law at 999-1111 or visit LaFonteLaw.com for your free consultation. Once again, a big thank you to LaFonte Law for all they've done for Peoria Notre Dame athletics.
And thanks to all our other football sponsors and sponsors of all other sports. You'll see their advertisements, their commercials during downtime here. You'll see their advertising board, our sponsor board, show up every once in a while. Please think about patronizing them. We cannot do this without them, and they are doing it for us. So please, keep our sponsors in mind, and thank you all. All right. A new 12 minutes here, a new 24 minutes. The Irish need to replicate their first quarter dominance and get rid of the mistakes that crept in the second quarter here.
And, as we're giving our thanks out, I think we need to, just remind people, if you're enjoying what you're seeing from home, give a lot of credit to our tech crew at Peoria Notre Dame, headed up by, Mike Bear and Aaron Cunningham. But then on site here, we got Brian Simmons, and operating our camera, we've got Julie Santon. And all the views and everything that you're seeing are things that are coming courtesy of them and their hard work and their dedication to bring this to your home. So certainly want to thank everybody involved.
That's right. If you think Mike and I sound inane now, imagine how it would sound if you weren't looking at these wonderful pictures. I shudder. All right, the Irish will kick off to begin. Southeast will have possession to start the second half, start this third quarter here. The Irish should put a few balls out of bounds. So
I was just going to say, let's see if we can keep one in bounds this time and see what happens.
This one does go a little bit more, and it goes through the hands of the ball carrier. He's touched it now, and so it is a live ball. He picks it up right at the goal line, and he's going to get out only to the 10-yard line. And the Irish are going to pin Southeast back to their worst field position to start a possession of the game. That was a bullet kick from young Matt Donald.
And I'll tell you, Southeast was very lucky, and he went down to pick the ball up. His knee was not too far from touching the ground. If it touches the ground, they're looking at a first down on about the 1-yard line. But Matt Donlin did a great job on that kick.
It did. That kick had some mustard on it. Just one of the many things Matt has done.
You got a nice greeting on the sideline by Coach. Love it.
Matt's hitting about 900 on all of his kicking duties this year. All right, there's a handoff. They get out from underneath the shadow of their own goal line there. Going to pick up about 4 yards. Again, they're back in the dark back corner of the stadium, of the field.
Yeah,
it's
you know,
a little hard for us to see.
The lighting here is good, but in some cases, it just makes it very difficult to see some things here.
I think all the big boys on their offensive line are casting shadows. That makes it hard for us.
They've got some big young men back there, and they're doing a nice, great hit.
And we had a quarterback fake the handoff and then took it over left tackle, but he's met pretty much 1 yard past the line of scrimmage. This is going to lead to a 3rd and I'm going to call it 6.
That might have been 4 as on that initial hit. I couldn't tell as they were getting up, but
would not be
very sure hit.
Would not be the first positive play he's made today. We've called his name quite a bit.
Or this season.
Yeah, he's been in the thick of things alike. All right, 3rd and 6. Deep in their own territory. Well, we have the ball on the ground again. Had a bad. That didn't even look like.
Might have gotten it back. It looked
Yeah.
like we had it, and then he got it back.
It wasn't a bad exchange. He was pulling the ball back from his ball carrier, and he was going to keep it himself. Don't know what he was going to do with it after that. I'm sure the plan was not for him to drop it and have to fall on it. And give them a 4th and long.
And that's what we wanted to do coming out of halftime defensively.
And they are going for it, Mike. Nope. They have the kicker back. I'm sorry. He just took his time to get back there. So they'll be punting here. They have a 4th and 7. He'll be punting. He's standing right on his own goal line. Oh, the Irish got very close there. The ball is shanked off to the right. Only goes probably out to the 30-ish yard line. I think it's actually out to the 28-yard line. So the Irish are going to force Southeast into their worst field position to start a possession. And now the Irish have about their best field position that didn't come about because of a turnover. Irish will have a LaFonte Law 1st down on, looks like about the 29-yard line, the Southeast 29-yard line, giving the Irish less than 30 yards to go.
Yeah, now we have to take advantage. Let's come out and take care of business tonight.
All right, the Irish send Charlie Dawson out to the left.
Joey's keeping the ball, and he's got a little room.
That was probably Joey's maybe best designed run of the year so far.
I think so.
He tore off a chunk of yardage there. Picks up, we're going to give him 7 yards. Maybe, we're going to give him 8 yards.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's
2nd
like
and
8.
2. Second and 2 from about the 20-yard line, it looks like. All right, very manageable for this Irish offense. 2nd and 2 is an excellent down. They can do just about anything they want to. They hand it off.
There we go. There's that
Is that Mashinsky?
play you've been looking for, Mashinsky.
Yeah. Taking it from the right, peeling off. Back towards the left. He took that one up the gut instead of going all the way outside.
Nice cutback. He saw a hole.
He saw what it is, and that's going to give the Irish the 1st down. And LaFonte Law 1st down for the Irish. We'll give them a 1st and goal. The chain gang has dropped the yard to go thing, and all we have is the down marker now. So Irish have a 1st and goal just inside the 10-yard line. Looks like Mashinsky again.
Nice chunk of yards.
Yep, again going off left. Boy, he just runs the ball well going to his left.
He does. He gets that momentum going, and he does now. Now this is the time where you look to something up the middle with Finch.
Yeah, the Irish have 2nd and goal here from probably about the 6-yard line, maybe.
We've opened the field up a little bit.
Might actually be at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, it's just hard to tell from this angle.
There's the Irish have.
I got a different. There's Finch back there. This is about the time we go to him. Yeah, we did.
They give it to him there. He's going to get down to about the 2-yard line. Looks like a pickup of about 3 yards. Gonna leave the Irish with a 3rd and goal from the 2-ish. Pretty sure we're not going to pass here, Coach.
If I was a bet man, I'd go with you now. I did see it happen in a Super Bowl one time. It wasn't a real good decision, so I don't think we're going to go for that. Oh, great stop on defense.
It is. They had a good stop there. The Irish would probably still go for it. This 4th and goal. You couldn't see who the ball was handed off to, but Joey handed it off and then faked that he had kept it and ran around the right side, but that did not fool anybody on the right side of the Southeast defensive line. They stuck that pretty good and ended up probably a 2 or 3 yard loss on that play. So it'll be about
one of the
4th and 5.
Few plays tonight that we've had for negative yardage.
Yeah. So 4th and goal from the 5 here. The Irish are going for it. We'll see what happens. They hand it off to Charlie Dawson. And he goes right up
Once
the middle.
again, Charlie's not touched. I'm telling you, he bought him dinner. The linemen are doing him well.
They certainly
Very well executed play there.
Yeah, that was. If we had any daylight, you would have been able to see a lot of it through that hole. All right, the Irish have a perfect opening drive, just like they did to start the game. They start the 3rd quarter. Didn't have to go nearly as far. They take advantage of a good defensive stand, a great kickoff to begin with, then a good defensive stand.
And a bad snap and exchange, and nothing comes out of that. Matt Donlin got a chance to
show off his running skills there.
Yeah.
Probably not something he was looking forward to doing to start this game. So the Irish are up 41-6. Put a quick 6 points on the board in a little less than about 2.5 minutes of that drive. The Irish had an excellent kickoff from Matt Donlin to start the game. Pinned Southeast back on their 10-yard line. Southeast couldn't do anything. Shanked their punt, leaving the Irish a very short field on their first possession here in the 3rd quarter. And the Irish take advantage of it. Put 6 points on the board. They're now up 41-6 with a little under 7.5 minutes to play in the 3rd period.
Yeah, that kickoff by Donlin really set the tone for this for these 6 points that we scored here, because our defense did their job and then took advantage of a shank punt and got great field position and put the ball in.
Coach would have to be happy. That's all 3 of your squads.
That's right.
Special teams, offense, and defense all come out and doing their job out of halftime. Also the sign of a well-coached team. Came out and there were no bobbles there. All right, let's see what the Irish do here. I would love to see that same kick again.
Oh, yeah.
Just drill it, have it travel about 40, 50 yards in the air on a line. They do it again. And this time the young man lets it go by and will go out of the end zone for a touchback. Maybe Matt's first touchback of the year. That was an excellent kick. That will work against any sort of return any team has set up for the rest of the year. So it'll be 1st and 20 for Southeast from their own, or 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. For their 2nd offensive possession of the 2nd half. And the Irish are looking to do exactly what they did for their first defensive possession of the 2nd half, and that's stuff them, force a 4th down, force a punt, give their offense the ball back in really good field position. Southeast going to throw. They throw it over the middle there.
Broken up by, I think it was Charlie Dawson, number 2, broke that play up.
I think it was. That pass had a lot of mustard on it for a short pass over the middle.
He's got a good arm, but
He
again, the passing game, it's so hard to perfect at the high school level. But I look for him. They're down at a place now where they've got to make up some ground and make it up in a hurry and be able to not waste too much time on the clock. So this is the best way to do it.
That leaves them a 2nd and 10. They pitch it out to the right here, going over the right side, and he is going to be strung out and may have even lost a yard. The very best case scenario is they got back to the line of scrimmage. No, they're moving it back there.
I'm trying to see who made that initial hit, and I just can't.
You end up with a 3rd and 12 here. No, it's just too dark over there.
Just can't pick that number up.
Those white uniforms with the
and our uniforms are a little tough to see in the dark part of the field.
All right. They are behind the chains now. They're looking at a 3rd and 12 from their own 18-yard line. Not where they wanted to be. Back to pass. He's looking to his right. He's going to tuck it in. He runs into his own lineman. It's kind of
lost the helmet.
Blunts his momentum there. He actually makes a little bit of lemonade out of that lemon. But it's going to leave a 4th and 7 4th and a long 6 for them. And I think they're going to bring out their punting team again.
Yeah, it's just not something they can take a chance on this part of the field.
No, they did. That play had some potential to it, but he ran in his lineman. His lineman was doing nothing but holding his block very well. He just ran into him, couldn't get around him. All right, so the Irish punt return team is back out there. We get
Kick. That hit us.
I think they hit somebody at the line of scrimmage and popped up into the air.
Which could have been a. Now, if it hits them behind the line of scrimmage, I don't know that would be considered a punt return.
I do not know whether it was considered a live ball. Then you mean, yeah.
Yeah, whether we've touched it and they can pick it up.
Don't see it happen very often. All right, the Irish defense has again did what they did in the first possession. They've given their offense the ball in excellent field position. The Irish have a Lafante Law first down from southeast 30-yard line, 31-yard line.
Big play.
They go up the middle. We're going to have John.
I think we're in.
Is that John Finch again?
I believe that was Finch.
We have a touchdown here. He disappeared off to our right there. We assume John has stopped running and is coming back to the Irish line of scrimmage for a 2-point attempt. The Irish are up. Well, that was very nice. Took the Irish literally one play. Would have been about a 31-yard gain.
What you said, we're doing it in all phases of the game right now.
The Irish get a point after kick through the uprights again, giving the Irish a 48-6 lead. Now they have a 42-point lead here with about 5.5 minutes left to go in the third period. This is a carbon copy of the first period. The Irish have come out and just absolutely imposed their will. Really, it's the offensive line and the defensive line. Impose their will on their opponents.
Yeah, we've controlled everything up front so far this half. We've given them nothing on offense, and we've executed perfectly.
Yeah, forcing two quick 3-and-outs. We know that they've had trouble with their punting game. Really with their lack of success in the punting game. When they go back to punt, it's almost as if we forced a turnover.
Yes.
Because the ball is not going to move much more than 10, 12, 15 yards past their line of scrimmage.
Sounds like we got a decent student body here tonight. I can hear here's some cheering going on, and that's nice to see the kids get out.
It is. We're hearing the band.
Let's hope they all remember to come to school tomorrow, last day before spring break. And I'm talking faculty, too. Hope Miss Santon heard that.
She'll be there.
She will
9 o'clock sharp, like always. All right, the Irish get another nice kickoff from Matt Donald. I think that should be their go-to kick right there.
That's a great, I think we're trying something different, and it's working.
He's now kicking from the middle, putting the tee right smack dab in the middle of the field instead of on the right or left hash mark. Don't know if it'll work against every team, but it's really working against Southeast. All right, the Irish come out. We have a running clock now, Mike.
I thought we'd have a running clock. 40 points in the second half is usually a running clock for the rest of the game.
I wasn't sure whether we needed to get to the fourth period, but it's a 40-point lead. And so we will have a running clock for the rest of the game as long as the lead stays 40 points or more.
Well, I think it stays the whole half now.
Does it now?
Running clock. The only time it will stop is if there's a called timeout, which there is right now, or a touchdown.
I'm not sure who called that timeout. It looks like it was
Southeast.
Yeah,
Coach was not happy with something.
They only have one up on the board now, so they've used all their timeouts but one. Of course, the running clock does stop at a timeout. We'll stop for an injury. We'll stop for official timeouts, all that sort of stuff.
Just won't stop on the incomplete passes, runs out of bounds, change of possession, first downs, all those things. No longer will stop.
Yeah. I would suspect Southeast coaches telling them, hey, we didn't come all this way for a running clock. We didn't come out, we didn't fight back in that second period. They really did fight very well in that second period to try to change the game around. We didn't come out here to just give it all away.
Yeah, you want to play for a little pride now.
Yeah, in less than 8 9 minutes of the third period like that. You know, we got a bus ride home no matter what the score is. Let's do what we were doing.
Yeah, again, it becomes pride. You got to execute.
Yep. Quarterback keeps it there. He was looking for a block. I don't think the flanker on that side was all that keen on throwing a block for him.
And our defense just kind of strung that out. And
Yeah.
he ended up running out of room.
Yeah, the lead to a 2nd and 7. I have been impressed by their quarterback. Harris has been recipient of some bad snaps, some fumbles from his running backs. He's fumbled the ball himself too, but they're asking him to do an awful lot back there.
Yeah, and he hasn't stopped competing. He's playing hard.
No. And he's shown he's got an arm. He can throw a nice tight spiral. You get the ball there. He breaks out of the backfield where he was caught and gets close to a first down. He's going to give them a 3rd and it's going to be a 3rd and about 4. It looks like. At about the 30-yard line, or the 26-yard line. They got to get to the 30-yard line for a first down. They got to get to their own 30-yard line for a first down. They're on their own 26 right now. There are 3.5 minutes left here. We have the running clock. Got another low snap there, which just, as we said in that first half, it takes his eyes off the action, puts him down. It just ruins the. Handoff is all timing, and it just buggers up the timing. Something fierce.
I'm just thinking, is this a time of the game, or now they just go for it, or are they gonna? Looks like they're.
Bringing a few extra guys in there. I think they're gonna bring their punter in. Yep, they're in their punting formation. All right, so the Irish put their return man just about the 50-yard line. Just a little bit short. Probably going to be running up to take this kick if it gets past the line of scrimmage. We are going towards 2.5 minutes. Another low one. It hits right into, I think it probably hit his own man that time, Mike. That kick really didn't get more than 3 feet off the ground.
No.
The Irish will take over possession on about the 20-yard line, it looks like. Southeast 20-yard line. I don't know if I've ever seen 2 low kicks in a row.
No, not like that.
No, we're not. Please don't think we're picking on the young man. He may be their 9th string punter. This may be the first time he's ever punted in his life. For all we know, we just don't know enough about Southeast. The Irish here, handing the ball off. They have some new talent in. That is number 16. First time we've called that number tonight. Jack Hafner.
Senior. Nice to get some carries here tonight.
Hafner family is a well-known name for all the right reasons at Notre Dame. Sister Katie was one of my favorite children of all time.
I was going to say even Katie?
Even Katie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't come a whole lot sweeter than Katie Hafner, do they?
No. Jack is cut out of the same cloth.
Oh, yeah.
This is a heck of a nice family.
We've had them involved in our St. Jude Club, and they're just great kids.
Jack takes it again. Right. Cracking off yards.
There you go, Jack.
Going to be a 3rd and about 5. He probably picked up 4 yards on that carry. Took it over the right side again. All right, we're down to a minute here. We have a running clock because we have that 42-point lead here in the second half. Joey Jokic still under center. Our main backup quarterback, Caden Arajo, is not available for this game.
Yeah, I was just wondering if we have anybody else to take any snaps tonight. Is there anybody else listed as?
We have one other person listed, Brady Osmolsky, one of the 2 Osmolsky brothers on the team.
But I'm not sure, was Brady in uniform tonight?
We've not called either Osmolsky's name, and which is odd. Usually Alex and Brady make their presence known by making tackles and generally being disruptive.
Yeah, I think when I saw Brady coming in, he may not have been in uniform, but I'm not 100%.
We got Joey out there. All right, and Joey's keeping it. He's a keeper around the left end, and Joey has got the goal line in view, and he's going to get in. Joey will take that in for about I would say that was probably about an 8-yard run.
And that's the end of the quarter.
Takes us down to the end of the quarter. The Irish now have a 54-6 lead, which of course means the clock will keep moving. That won't change. That was a nice run by Joey. Southerland went straight for that far pylon. Didn't mess around. Matt
Might have
Donlin.
hooked that one, but it got through.
Yeah, it got through. Didn't start hooking until it was through. Gives the Irish a 55-6 lead. And that brings us to the end of the third quarter, the start of the fourth quarter. Well, if you're going to send your seniors out on senior night, your band, your dance team, cheerleaders, your football seniors, it's a good way to do it.
Do it in style.
Double nickels on the board.
It's always nice to win on senior night.
Absolutely.
No matter what the sport is, what the situation is, to get that win.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we needed, football weather.
Yeah, like we said, 2 nights from now when teams are playing on Friday, or I don't think anybody will probably be playing on Saturday this week with Easter. Maybe there will be, but there's going to be people at games in shorts.
There are going to be people who have to get out the sunscreen, as opposed to the chemical hand warmers that I'm using right now.
And the layers of clothes that we both have. And we're in an enclosed booth.
Yeah, we're Brian Simmons and Julie sitting next to us are not in an enclosed booth. But they also don't have arthritic bones.
Yeah, they'll be able to climb down those stairs much easier than I may just roll and take my chances at the bottom.
I was thinking of calling 911 and seeing who would come and help me. See if they be like one of those old farm buildings where you burn down just for practice. See if they just want to practice on a vertical
fireman's carry or something.
Yeah,
Get me down the stairs. Maybe Julie and Brian, on top of all the other things they've done tonight, will carry us down the stairs. What do you think?
I'm betting not. I really wouldn't want to be on the stairs with them behind me. Not those steep ones.
We'll have footprints on our backs. Yep.
All right, the Irish have
12 minutes to go, running clock. This will be a pretty quick quarter, but again, we don't want to let up on what we're doing. We want to continue to do things well.
No, letting up is the surest way to get hurt, for one thing.
And some of these guys that are going to be playing now, maybe guys playing for spots next fall.
Yeah. Yeah, we should do a good job of covering this kick. They're going to stop Southeast and force Southeast to start again deep in their own territory. They're going to be about the 25-yard line on the far left hash mark. Really don't know what Southeast can do here.
Well, if they've got their regulars in, are they going to try to throw the ball?
Yeah, they don't, I'm not sure they have enough for a complete sort of shift to get guys. The regular quarterback in. It looks like everybody's maybe along the line. They may have a little bit different.
And they
look,
don't have a deep bench. There's not a lot of, you look over there.
Nope. Looking to throw, Harris. He does a little bit of a jump pass there. That was nice. Going to pick up the first down. Going to pick up a little bit more than that. He's going to get outside. He's coming down here. He's on the right side in front of the Irish bench, and he is still going, number 1. And he gets it down to the Irish 35-yard line.
That was Mikey Murphy on the reception and the run, but great play by the quarterback just to get the ball to him.
It was. The pass was about 6-yard completion maybe, and yards after the catch there is pretty impressive. Gets in the ball on the Irish 34-yard line. So a 1st and 10 for Southeast. Probably no worse than their second biggest chunk of yardage this game. Let's see what they do here. They're going to do a design run for the quarterback. He takes it over to the left side, follows his blocking, picks up about 4 yards, 5 yards. Going to get it down. We're going to give him 4 yards down to the 30-yard line, leaving them with a 2nd and 6 with exactly 10 minutes to go here. Remember, we have a running clock. So now we have a 2nd and 6. The Irish have a few fresh replacements in on their defensive line, it looks like there. Maybe even in the backfield.
Looks like Southeast does too. Not
Another short pass out to the left. Irish cover this
Great
one
job.
really well. Maybe picks up a yard or two. Not much more than that. We're going to give it a third. We're going to give him 1 yard. We're going to call it a 3rd and 5.
try to see. Just
3rd
so
and
hard
5.
to see those numbers from here to try to get who was the
It is 3rd
on
and
the
5
tackle.
from the 35-yard line.
See if I can get a little different angle here and pick up some of these numbers for the Irish on defense.
And 3rd and 5 from the 29-yard line. 4 down territory, I'm sure, for Southeast here. Oh, they take it right up the middle. There's a big hole there for the quarterback. He's going to get the first down. Take it right up the middle. He's going to be tackled at about the 25-yard line. Going to move the sticks.
Was that Jack Sager, number 62, on the stop? I think it was.
We have a 1st and 10 from about the 26-yard line, maybe. Looking to pass. He's going to tuck it under again and run. Get out. He gets out from the initial pressure he was under. Spins forward. Probably picks up a yard.
Yeah, good pursuit by the Irish.
Let's see where they move the chain. It's going to be 2nd down. They're not going to move the chain at all, so I'm going to call it 2nd and 10 from the original line of scrimmage, and that will be about the 24-yard line, it looks like. They haven't changed the marker, but it is 2nd down. We got a new, different one quarterback in. Is that his number 7?
Yeah, number 7,
He takes that.
Shine Hart.
Takes it over the left side. Very nice little run. Actually, a little
Hart's just a sophomore.
more. All right.
Once again, getting some of these young guys a chance to play under the lights and getting ready for next year. The Southeast has really quite a few freshmen and sophomores listed on their varsity roster, so these guys a few snaps. It's good for them.
It's going to be a 3rd and short here. It's 3rd and very short. The end of the play caused the chain gang to scatter like mice before a combine in the field. And all right, now we have about 3rd and 2 there. They got back up. Then Valor was the better part of discretion there. The handout up the middle. Running back takes it down for the first down. He's going to get it inside the 10-yard line. That will definitely be a first down for Southeast. We have 6.5 minutes left here on our running clock in the 4th quarter. The ball game, the Irish are up 49 points, 55-6. Southeast putting together a sustained drive here. The handoff up the middle again. The Southeast ball carrier is met immediately after the handoff in the backfield. He's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe just back to the line of scrimmage. Going to end up with a 2nd and goal. And the clock ticks under 6 minutes. Irish are looking for a stand here.
Yeah, it'd be nice for our defense to step up and make a nice stop here.
Make Southeast make a play. We got a quarterback keeper there, and the Irish stick this up, and it definitely does not make it back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be a 4th down and goal. Probably lose half a yard to a yard on that play. We have 5.5 minutes left here on the running clock. Certainly 4 down territory. Or 3rd down, I'm sorry. It's 3rd down. But it will be 4 down territory.
Yeah, if they don't put it in here, they'll certainly go for it.
Clock is ticking towards 5 minutes here in the 4th quarter. Irish with a 55-6 lead. Southeast trying to grab a little bit of positivity here at the end of a running clock, fourth quarter. Looks like we may have had a flinch on the offensive line. Play did not start. We threw a flag from the back judge. What are we going to have calling? We're going to have illegal procedure on Southeast. Going to back them up. There'll still be a 3rd and goal, but it will now be a 3rd and goal from outside the 10-yard line. Just about. I'll call it a 3rd and goal from the 13-yard line. Different proposition now. They can throw now, though.
Yeah, they got a little room to throw, can run a
Going
pattern.
back to throw it. He tucks it in. He gets pressured. He's going to the right. He's still looking to throw. He throws it back into the end zone, and it is
dropped.
Incomplete. Boy, it looked for all the world like a completion from up here.
Sure did here.
Don't know what happened when he turned his back. Again, a good improvisation from their quarterback. Really been impressed with his ability to throw out of the system when things break down. There's really not a whole lot wrong with that pass. Well, this will lead to a 4th and goal from the 13-yard line. They cannot pick up a first down. They got to pick up all 13 here. You got to imagine they're going to try to throw again. We have 3.5 minutes left, running clock. He's back in the pocket throwing. He's looking left this time. He's got a man, and it goes through his arms. He's a little bit behind him.
Yeah,
that pass.
Yeah, he was.
It would have been a tough catch.
He was open, but it had to be thrown just in the right spot for him to be able to come up.
I think he probably put a little. If he had to do it again, he'd put a little bit more air under that.
I would agree.
Let him run under it. He had room. There really wasn't anybody out there for the Irish. So they turn it over on downs. The Irish get a LaFonte Law first down from their own 13-yard line here, hoping to put together a drive that will see this game out with a running clock. A few runs, maybe really one first down here. Coach should really put this game away.
Should end it.
All right, we have
who is taking the snaps?
Different quarterback in. Again, we apologize. It's just very hard to see back there. The Irish hand the ball off, but it doesn't go anywhere. We'll leave them with a 2nd and long. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. The Irish end up losing about 4 yards in that play. So it'll be a 2nd and 14. Down at their, let's say their own 8-yard line maybe. Irish hand it off again. Again met in the backfield there. We're trying to go over the left side, but the right side of the Southeast defensive line. Collapsed the Irish line. And there was nowhere for the ball carrier to go. We'll leave the Irish with a 3rd and about the same. 3rd and 14, we'll call it. There's a minute and a half left. Running clock here in the 4th quarter. Irish up 55-6. Irish undoubtedly will run again here. They have a 3rd-string quarterback in. We hand it off. Again, it's snuffed out by Southeast defensive line. This time the left side of the defensive line manages to get penetration and keep the Irish from making any positive ground there. Leave the Irish with a 4th and 16. Deep in their own territory. The punter, if we are punting, will be punting from deep in his own end zone. The Irish have 50 seconds left here. Rushing somebody on.
Yeah, I mean, trying to pick up a number. I think that's Liam Ludoff, a sophomore, who is in at quarterback for us right now.
And they're actually going to run one more play here. Going to take as much time as possible. They hand it off. And we're going to end up with a.
We got a
safety.
Tackle in the end zone. Is that a safety? That's
no. I think they're going to call it down at about the 2-yard line. It looks like. All right, so we have 15 seconds left. I don't know if Southeast will be able. I don't think Southeast is even going to try to get another play off. The Irish rush their defense out there, but the clock's just going to run out. Southeast isn't going to try to run another play. And the Irish will take their second win out of 3 games this season, 55-6. The Irish have scored 49 points, 42 points, and 55 points.
So it seems the
So
math
far this
person to
season.
me would say we're averaging about 49 points a game, man.
We're about 49 points a game.
And we're doing it very, very sharply, very crispy. And I think that coach has got to be happy with that. Yeah.
We're heading in the right direction defensively, too. 63 points down to whatever we gave up against Richwich, 13, and now 6 here.
And we're going to have Coach Armstrong come up and talk to us for a minute.
I'd like to hear what he said in his brief
just-
7-second
See if we
State of the
can't
Union
get,
speech there.
I'm gonna get off here just a second, see if we can get another set of headphones in here.
If not, he can borrow mine. Again, for wrap up here, the Irish win, moved to 2-1 on the season. This should end the regular season based on the preseason pod system that they had set up. But the Irish are 55-6 winners against the visitors from Springfield Southeast. The Irish really had a little bobble in the middle of the second quarter, but really were dominant for the other 3.5 quarters. There's no doubt about that. No other way you can put it. A few more turnovers and a few more penalties than we've seen from the Irish at any point this year. Coach Armstrong may have something to say about that.
Coach Armstrong's on his way. Here he comes. So we're going to be joined by Coach Armstrong. Didn't know it was going to be a November night here in the end of March, but we'll take it, the outcome. Our first question, and Mr. Kinney told me, I had to ask this question. We put the ball down. You'd had enough. You called a timeout. You had a couple brief words with them. You left the huddle, and we came out and we executed. Any words that you want to share with us on that one? Or
I just basically told the boys that that's not Irish football. I mean, that's not who we are. We don't put the ball on the ground. We don't have bad penalties. We don't make mistakes like that. That's basically it. Be who you are and play the game that you play. Be disciplined football and don't put the ball on the ground.
Yeah, you got to be happy with their response after that.
I did. I actually noticed both running backs were running with the ball with 2 hands on the ball, and we got another score out of it, and it was pretty nice.
Yeah. Just your overall thoughts on this game. You didn't have a lot of, we play Saturday. We get a key player banged up a little bit. We're down a little bit. Everybody is. It happens this time of year. We don't have a whole lot of time to prepare, and we come out and put 55 points on the board and hold them to 6. You got to be very happy with what went on tonight.
Right, and I'll talk about both sides of the ball. I'll start with the defense, right? We struggled in week 1, and Peoria High really came out and put it to us. And for the next 2 weeks, we really buckled down on that defense. And I'll throw some names out there. The defensive line, Ben Seaton had an incredible game today. Haji, James Hopkins right in the middle, had a great day. Danny Wharton had a great day. That D-line, it really starts with them. And basically we run a couple of things where they get off the ball, and sometimes they're plugging holes so the guards and the tackles can't pull, but other times they're basically making and wreaking havoc, and they did all day today. And if they can get free, or if they can wreak havoc on that offensive line, then that just frees up our linebackers. And Evan Elward, right, he had a phenomenal day at the Mike backer. Last 2 games in a row, he really stepped up and played well.
Yeah, Evan has. We've noticed it. We've called his name a lot. He's done a great job.
Yep, he's filling the A gap real well for us. And I can't go without saying something about Miko. Mikhail Flores. Holy smokes, Miko came up. He had 2 quick turnovers, stripped the ball out, and we preach that every single day in practice. I mean, it's the first guy wraps, second guy rips, and we want the ball every single time. We have a goal every single game of 3 turnovers, and I think we well exceeded that today. But that's really the defense. And so if you want to talk about the offense, I couldn't be happier, right? I mean, obviously we were a little banged up, and Ian's good to go. Ian could have probably played today, but we decided to rest him. Charlie Dawson stepped in, did a great job. And really the offensive line, again, those guys up front, man, for as big as Springfield Southeast were, they were big boys, and we pushed them all over the field.
We said that early on. We said, we can't get bigger. all we can do is we have to execute, and we've got to just do what we do and do it well. And I thought we control the line of scrimmage
Absolutely.
both sides of the ball.
Yeah, angles, right? So you don't know which way we're going, and we can run to the same gap and make it look 3 different ways that we're going to do it. Great play calling. Matt Garnett did a great job calling the plays today. But offensively, we just really clicked. We had a good day. Offense and defense. We finally executed on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, it was, and special teams.
Special teams.
I mean, Matt Donlin had 2 or 3 of the best kickoffs that he's had all year with those line drives down the middle. And
Sure. And he'll remind me 10 times, but the really long one that went over the guy's head, and he made the tackle. I mean, he kicked the ball, ran right down the middle, and he made the tackle. He came off the field screaming at me. So.
Well, all I can say is good luck living with Matt on that one.
I got it.
No, Matt's a great kid. I love him.
He is.
He's wonderful. So what now from here? What do we have? I know we got a little time off.
We got a little bit of time, and I mean, I think that we'll probably do pretty well. It hurts us because we didn't play manual today. We don't get any points, right? It's going to be 2-0, and it's really point differential that's going to help you seed in the tournament. So depends on a couple of other teams. If they blow out those teams, we could find ourselves being one of the lowest 2-1 teams in the playoffs, unfortunately, right?
Yeah.
Or, they have a couple of close games, and all of a sudden we find ourselves at the top of the bracket. But there's some good teams out there, 3-0 Central. Danville's 3-0. Depending on how QND does this weekend, they could be 3-0. It's going to be a tough test. We'll find out probably Saturday night, if not Sunday morning, who we're going to play.
Okay, and then you prepare from there. So
absolutely.
Okay, Coach. Well, we appreciate you coming up and visiting with us. We know you got to get these kids back. They got that's what we said. We got to remember the kids got school tomorrow. And I got to remind the
Holy
teachers
week.
they got to be there too.
That's right.
And with Holy Thursday, we want to make sure everybody's there. So we'll let you go, but we certainly appreciate you coming up.
They get one more celebration when I get out there. They're waiting on me. So
okay. Well, yeah, we won't keep long. Keep waiting too long. But we just enjoyed watching this group, and hope we get to see a couple more.
I hope so too. More than likely, we'll be on the road for the next one, but the one after that, I think we'll be home again. So
we're sure hoping that happens.
Absolutely.
So,
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank
you.